Yes, hello and welcome to a lovely, lovely sunny Drummoyne Oval. Yes, it's T20 Finals Day here on Triple H 100.1 FM, as well as Frogbox via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel. I'm Matt Mears, looking forward to take you through three big exciting games here this morning, afternoon and evening. That's right, we'll be here bringing you all this coverage all through till about 9 o'clock tonight. And as I said, we've assembled a big team here to help us get through all those games. First up, Georgia Lomas return. Georgia, great to have you back into commentary for what's going to be a huge day here, T20 Finals Day.
Oh, mate, it absolutely is. And look, we're here at the gorgeous Drummoyne Oval, and I would just like to pay my respects and acknowledgement of country, pay my respects to the Wongal people of the Eora Nation, pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. This always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Sovereignty was never ceded. But yes, it is a fantastic day that we are in for. As you said, we've assembled everybody. We've called in. You could call us the Avengers at this point.
Well, I don't know about the Avengers, but we're certainly going to... Well, I think we're better, but we'll see...
The better Avengers, you heard it here.
Well, also up to bring us through ball by ball commentary, Kiwi Mick Reinish. Kiwi, mate, great to have you here. The big man, we need the big guns for the big days, and yeah, we're looking forward to a huge day and looking forward to hearing you take us through the call.
Thank you, Matt Mears. Yes, just getting the team list before. A lot of energy down amongst the sides, Campbelltown, Camden and St. George-Sutherland. A lot of energy down there. The girls are ready to rip in and get into it, both aiming to make the big final later on at 5:30 Sydney time. So it's good stuff. Great weather, nice and hot. Luckily we're in the shade last minute, but it's going to be a good one. I've brought plenty of water, plenty of food.
Electrolytes,
plenty of sunscreen.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Well, yeah, luckily we made a very, very last minute change to our commentary position, and it is much for the better here.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Georgia. We'll publicly acknowledge Georgia for her suggestion of changing, but as said, a very nice day, great day to be down here as a spectator. But if you can't be, look forward to having along with the ride with us here on Triple H and on Frogbox. Last but not least, we'll have a few more people throughout the day, but joining us early on, out in the middle, if he moves about a couple of steps to his right, we'll probably actually capture him on the Frogbox feed. It is Shane Evans. Shane, what are conditions like out there in the middle, and you caught the toss, run all through that with us as well?
Well, first of all, good morning, Matt, Georgia, Kiwi, and to all our listeners here on Triple H and on the Frogbox at the moment. But yeah, Pip is actually brought back up from last week. It was the T20 game that was here last Sunday, used by Sydney Cricket Club, my apologies, in that game. But also, George, I can tell you that issue that when you were calling out at uni last week, when we saw the ambulance here at Drummoyne Oval, we can tell you it was due to a concussion to Sydney player Olivia Maxwell, who almost took a catch out on the boundary, severely concussed herself. That's why we saw the paramedics and the ambulance on the Frogbox vision. She is okay. She will not be playing today. She hasn't passed all the concussion protocols. But yeah, so it should be a good day. But unfortunately for Sydney, they had an easy win yesterday in the one-day game on the pitch. That's 2 to the left of where we're going to be playing today.
Well, we can see on that Frogbox, mate. Point them out.
Wave at us, mate.
But yeah, so we can tell you yesterday, St. George-Sutherland batting first posted 9 for 128 in the one-day game. Unfortunately, Sydney chased it down 4 for 131. And Campbelltown Camden up at Chatswood against Gordon. Gordon batting first, posting 134. Campbelltown were 2 for 70, all out for 104. So that's going to be interesting. And then obviously the second semi-final, which will be on later on this afternoon, is the Sydney Cricket Club taking on Manly. They both played here last week on that pitch that we're using today, with Manly winning in a super over.
Well, there you go. Well, so you hear the bell. We're about to take the field. Can you run us through some team lists, please, Kiwi Ming?
Yeah, the Campbelltown Camden side, they were first on the ladder coming into the finals. Hannah Baker, Keisha Baldwin, Lauren Cheadle, Sarah Coit, Lily Hirschuk, Claire Koski, Alexandra Mafros, Sophia Mafros, Charis Pavley, Talia Pracey, the keeper, Kelly Rawlings, the captain, and Elizabeth Barkat. The St George-Sutherland side batting first, winning the toss. Abby Burrows, Lucy Finn, Lucia Martin, Caitlin Schofield, Coco Streets, Lucy Weston, Talia Wilson, the keeper, Catherine Wilson, Jacelyn Vickery, Kaylin Molzar, the captain, Joe Kelly, Rhiannon Dick, and the umpires are Leonie Mizzi and David Stewart.
Yeah, well, we can see the two umpires making their way out. Campbelltown, Camden also making their way out into the field. You'll see them majorly in the green with the yellow piping and shoulders. And then the two St George-Sutherland. A great mashup. We love a good mashup here. Obviously, a mashup of jerseys.
Okay,
a good mashup of jerseys, not a good mashup of a good mashup of jerseys.
Oh my gosh!
Between the Sutherland and the St George club, with the blue fronts, the red backs, and the blue pants. The two St George Sutherland batters coming to the crease. As I said, we'll have plenty more commentary coming to you throughout the day. JP Justin Panina's joined us here. We'll have him on shortly here as part of comms. Nick Kotniak will also join us for games 2 and 3. But to take us through the first 5 overs will be Kiwi Mick Reinish.
Thank you, Matt Mears. The finals day underway here at Drummoyne Oval. Beautiful conditions, and it will be Talia Wilson and Joe Kelly to open up the batting for St George-Sutherland. So a lot of anticipation here coming at the end of a long weekend, a public holiday Monday. And Talia Wilson, a right-handed batter. 9:30 a.m. start local time. Great conditions here. And a few bush turkeys out on the field there in their third man and fine leg positions. I don't think their fielding will be as good as some of the players out here today.
I don't think your eyeside's that good either, mate. They're bin chickens.
Oh, right.
Are they going to be like the seagulls at the MCG?
Oh,
I know.
True.
What about that one? So, a lot of energy here.
New
Players
team mascot.
getting to the ground nice and early. Opening the bowling here for Campbelltown Camden will be Kelly Rawlings. We'll just confirm that we do have 3 players in jersey 36, which might be
Two right.
Lauren Cheadle. In fact, it says on the frog box, so we'll go with that.
I would assume, yeah, she'll take the new ball.
Yeah, Lauren Cheadle. So there's 3 players in jersey 36, so it's all good. We'll adapt. Left arm bowler, nice shot into the covers for no run to start us off, and a triple header here on Triple H. We're waiting to say that one for 8 days. And frog box, settle in, get the popcorn out, get the water out. It's going to be a long day.
It's going to be a good one, that's for sure.
It is.
3 games. Cricket Nuffy's dream.
The Big Bash final later tonight in the men's, so
Oh gosh, I forgot that too.
border wall coverage. We won't be covering that one, but it's a lot of cricket. And going for the pull shot, shot of it, LBW! Not out, says the
Too
umpire. Too high.
Oh, this the side guard became the stumps all of a sudden. I'm loving the chat out there already. I mean, we'll have to see. It is a T20, as we know.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see if the chat keeps going, because the longer you're out there, the hotter it gets, the more fatigued you become, and then the more you forget to talk as well, because you're just trying to get through.
Yeah, and hot conditions for a 9:30 start. Oh, swing and a miss. Outside the off stump, through to the keeper. Lauren Cheadle's got it on a string early on. And as we've sort of said, the target they'll be going for, anything over 100 to 120 in a final, runs on the board, winning the toss and batting here, St George-Sutherland. And a nice little crowd starting to build through the day. A lot of people under the tree in the shade.
Good
sort of
choice.
at the square leg area. And this one just driven straight back to the bowler. This is a very tidy start here by Lauren Cheadle.
Well said. Represented Australia Test match in India, I believe. I said a mainstay opening the bowling for the New South Wales Breakers. So, as I said, it's great to see the mix of New South Wales players on display today. Obviously, Talia Wilson opening the batting, the reserve keeper for the Breakers as well.
Oh, and this one
Wow.
is in between everything. The bat and pad. The keeper dropped it. That's a beauty. That one just swinging in to the left arm bowler.
It's probably a miss to call her the reserve keeper. She keeps most of the time, obviously, with no Alyssa Healy in that New South Wales team. But we've seen her play. I think she was in the Governor General's 11 game against England as well earlier in January. So obviously highly regarded by the national selectors.
Yeah. Oh, good shot here. Swivels it round, hitting it to the canteen area here, or the old tuck shop as I called it last week. But after one over here, St. George-Sutherland, no wicket for 1 run.
Look, already a great start as well. No wicket, 1 run. A dot ball is as good as a wicket in T20 cricket, especially a semi-final as well. So fantastic work to start off. I love a batter that, really takes their time to get their eye in. I know T20, you have limited balls to really play with, but
Yeah.
I still respect, getting your eye in, seeing what the pitch is doing, because the last thing you want to do is throw your wicket away and be 1 for nothing.
Looks like Alexandra Mavros to open up at the other end here for Campbelltown Camden, wearing the predominantly green strip with the yellow and red. Nice colours. Of course, St. George-Sutherland in the maroon and light blue colours. And it will be Talia Wilson on strike. She's faced every ball in that over. Now she got that single to be back on strike. Great conditions here. A little bit cloudy in the morning, but the sun's broken through. Here we go now. Mavros. It's a wide. No wicket for 2.
Yeah, I said ball just maybe doing a little bit here in these early morning conditions. But I said you can see the Campbelltown Camden girls, they're really up for this one. As Georgia said though, with the conditions, how long do they keep it up? But they're going well so far.
Oh, this is a nice shot there to point, but good sharp fielding inside that circle.
Classic
There was
shot
Sarah
as well.
Coit doing the fielding there at point.
Classic shot, just leaning back into it as well. Great timing.
Yeah. So Mavros again, right arm bowler. Oh, nearly plays it onto the stumps. They'll pick up 1. They should really come back for 2 here, as it's the old French cut down to that fine leg area. No wicket for 4. Winning the toss and batting first, St. George-Sutherland.
So in a nice position here, surrounded by a couple of roads. It's nice to see we're picking up the girls, but also picking up the traffic as well.
Yeah.
It's not actually that busy as well, which is quite concerning.
Swing and a miss outside the off stump again. Nice bounce here on the pitch. Been pretty good weather in the last week. See plane flies overhead here at Drummoyne Oval. Of course, we will have games at 9:30, and then the second game at 1:30, and the final at 5:30, a triple header. Mavros again. Tries to drive this one through that cover area, but covered up again inside that circle. They've 3 players in there stopping that sort of drive,
Yep.
off drive or drive through the covers, and a fielder at point. One fielder out at third man, a fielder at deep square leg. And then the standard sort of mid-off and mid-on. Ooh. And batter sort of thought that was going to be a wide. In fact, they're going to run through for a bye. That takes us through to no wicket for 5.
That was great, great decision, very late decision to pull out of nowhere as well. Pull out of the shot, fantastic work. I certainly don't have that ability to withdraw my shots once I've started.
And Joe Kelly on strike now. And this is actually going to be the first ball she's going to face. So right-handed batter. Leaves this one with respect. 2 overs gone. St. George-Sutherland, no wicket for 5.
Well done. Yes, just leaving that last ball, seeing what it's doing. We are in for a long day, as we've said. Cricket coverage from wall to wall here at Drummoyne Oval.
Yeah.
What more could you possibly want?
What a way to spend a Monday, though.
I know, right? Better than working, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, we are lucky, though, which we should thank the Triple H, obviously, now
true.
the broadcast on the main station for the whole day. Or else would you want on your public holiday, but live and free cricket, as well as brought to you through Frogbox as well.
Lauren Cheadle again. Oh, and this is a good ball. Batter here, Wilson, is 3 off 12 now. Just bowling that, what do they call it, the 5th or 6th stump line, you know?
Roughly, yeah.
And it's going across the batter with the left arm angle. Bit like Trent Bolt.
Well, actually, Lauren Cheadle's had a lot of comparisons from her bowling style to Mitchell Starc as well.
Yeah.
So obviously on coverage on television, they've had both of them side by side, and you can see exactly the
The
similarities.
run-up's similar, isn't it?
And a chance. Based it off it.
Caught. So she's squared the batter up here, and Wilson's on her way for 3. Cheadle, it was a matter of time before she got a wicket. Great bowling there. Good length. Hard to hit. And caught it mid-off, and it's 1 for 5.
And that was one of the easier catches as well. A good start. She knew her plan. She knew what she was going to stick to. And getting that wicket as well, just hitting very high up the bat, probably on the splice, I would say, from how it just popped up as well. But a fantastic effort from Campbelltown Camden Ghosts to start this game off.
Yeah, it's a New South Wales squad member to New South Wales squad member. Probably bowled to her enough in the nets, know where she would be liking to strike that ball. But obviously in these T20 games, just wanting to probably get a bit of a move on. It's been a great start for Cheadle, only 1 run off her 8 deliveries so far. But yeah, just knowing that scoreboard pressure already ticking over, even though we're so early into that game, trying to play that expansive shot. But unfortunately for St. George-Sutherland, not coming off. But Cheadle has the first laugh here of the New South Wales Breakers players.
Lucy Weston is the new batter at the wicket, right-handed batter as well. Nice tight start here by Campbelltown Camden, first on the ladder coming into the finals, and St. George-Sutherland 4th on the ladder. Here goes Cheadle again to Weston. Good delivery, just pushed back with a point. In fact, they're going to go for the single. Good running there.
Good choice, and you could see the sign, the bat half held up, like waiting. Oh, I don't know. But non-striker calling it. They are running to the danger end anyway. Yep, I'm going to take this. You good, mate.
And 1 for 6.
I think we have a minor adjustment to the effects mic coming in as well.
Just moving our effects mic around a little bit down ground level.
Does it sound better?
Sounds great, mate.
Yep. So Kelly on strike now. Chance of an LBW! Not out. You're right though, the Mitchell Starc resemblance from the run up and the action.
Very high arm, very tall, and then all that force going into the front leg, over the body as well, which does mean she has had similar injuries to Mitchell Starc as well.
The pressure on the body, isn't it?
Pressure on the body, the shoulder issues as well, knee niggles, you name it, a fast bowler has it.
Cheadle 1.4 overs, 1 for 2. Setting the tone here. And there's 8 teams in the competition, isn't there? Is that right?
I believe so. 10.
10, sorry.
There you go.
So it's a top 4 system with 10 teams. Here goes Cheadle again. Guided nicely here to the 3rd man position. And they'll cruise through for a single. 1 for 7.
Yeah, nicely guided down there. It seems like with Cheadle, like obviously she's not going to give them anything to play those expansive shots with. So they just need to be looking to rotate the strike here early doors. As I said, not so easy with the field up for the power play, but as I said, there are a few gaps where they should be able to run hard and pick up those singles.
This is on a good length, just hooping in, a bit like Stark. Orange Cheadle, another very tidy over. 3 overs gone. St. George-Sutherland, 1 for 7.
My next question, when do we see Coit come into bowl?
We usually see Coit come in later into the attack. So I think...
Because that could change a few things up.
Yeah. I said she normally comes in, at least for New South Wales anyway, comes in and...
First change.
And first, second change, bowl through those middle overs. So probably expected to do the same sort of role here today.
So it's going to be Mavros again. 3 runs off her first over. Joe Kelly 1 off 3. Weston is 1 off 2. Kelly on strike. Right up on that block hole. Driven nicely though to the fielder at mid-off for no run.
That was a great shot. Well played as well. Well found on the bat. Play through it.
Yeah, good bowling, good batting there.
Yep. All round great cricket.
So Mavros again. And it's way down the leg side, and they're going to run an extra couple.
Have to get a move
But
on.
that's going to be a run out. So you would have thought there would have been 2 in that, but that's a run out. And they're 2 down. So do any runs get added to the total there? How does that work?
Just
one
one.
run for the wide. Yeah.
No, well, they get one for the one they ran, the first one, then they get the
Of
one
course,
run for
sorry,
the
yeah,
wide
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
But the other one wasn't completed, so...
Yeah, so they don't get that third wide for the run out. But yeah, miscommunication
2
there.
for 9 then, yeah.
Yep.
I said probably was the striker's call. She was running to the danger end,
Yep.
but I think when she turned around, saw her batting partner almost down the other end of the pitch, she's like, well, I got to run now, but just, unfortunately couldn't make it there. And it's the last thing that St. George-Sutherland needed was losing another wicket early in this power play.
Certainly. It looked like there was a bit of hesitation as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic effort from Campbelltown Camden getting the reward there with the run out as well.
And run out by quite a bit.
By
About
quite a
4
margin.
Meters, 5 metres.
Quite a margin as well.
Didn't need that, especially with this tight bowling. Great conditions here at Drummoyne Oval. And Campbelltown Camden on top early on. And at the wicket now, I'm pretty sure it's Lucy Finn.
I think we're still...
Confirm that. Lucy
Yep.
Finn it is.
I was going to say,
Jersey 81.
lagging a little bit on Frog Box, just as we figure out if they
Yeah.
do get that run, if they don't get
Quite
that
a
run.
tall batter here, right-hander. Tall, height. Guided beautifully here, that short third man position.
What sort of bat is Lucy Finn brought out if that's the noise it's making?
Yeah.
Forget your completely coloured bat like Dre Russ used to have. We've got the honking bat at this point. Can't have a metal bat? That's fine. We'll come up with an arrangement.
The Avengers. So here... Oh, this is nicely sliced back with a point. And they will come back for the second. Lands about 5 metres inside the rope. And that moves us through to 2 for 11 here in the 4th over.
Well, I said it is a nice day here. There is plenty of shade here. We're thinking about coming down for this blockbuster cricket here at Drummoyne Oval.
Mavros again now. Oh, that was a chance at mid-wicket, but it's gone past the fielder. It was a pretty good height to catch.
That was very catchable.
Yeah. So they'll get a single there, and it's 2 for 12.
Just moving a fraction late, maybe didn't pick up on it as quickly. I mean, where the fielder is standing on the other side, we do have the white picket fence, the white covers, the white coverings from the turf nets as well. So maybe just not seeing it just quickly.
Driven, no run. Weston back on strike. So Mavros 1.5 overs, no wicket for 8. Cheadle 2 overs, 1 for 3, outstanding. Weston is 1 off 4, Finn is 3 off 2. Hot conditions here, the 9:30 start. And Weston on strike, right-hander. Nice little flick off the pads here to mid-wicket. And that is the end of 4 overs, St George-Sutherland 2 for 12.
Well, I tell you what, down here at Drummoyne, we have the same humidity that you could probably experience in Fiji or any of those islands along the coast as well. Oh my goodness. But look, as Musi was saying, there's heaps of shade. Come on down if you're not sure what to do with your day. Well, avoid I was going to say Sunday scaries. It's more like Monday scaries at this point. But come on down and enjoy some quality cricket, because you're in for a treat today.
Also, lots of New South Wales breakers going to be on the show today.
Yep.
Obviously, we've got Lauren Cheadle, Sarah Coit, Talia Wilson in this game. That Manly game, I think about half of their team is
I think
made
most
up
of New
from the
South Wales
breaker.
will be playing.
And then obviously Sammy Joe for the Sydney Tigers, and then we got that twilight game as well. The lights will be on here for that final.
Bring the signature bats down, kids. I mean, easy way to get a few little sneaky signatures.
There's actually a grandstand here with about 100 seats, which is covered in the shade if you want to head down as well, and it's a nice little vantage point. You can listen to us on Triple H or watch on Frogbox while the game's on. A chance for LBW!
Headed onto the pad.
Not out.
Yeah, something would have had to savour there, Georgia, whether just maybe a bit too swing down the leg side or, the dreaded inside edge that all bowlers never seem to see.
Well, that Manus swears he always hears. Manus, always.
Yeah.
Even when there isn't.
Of course, Australia-Sri Lanka starts on Wednesday in the
Ooh,
men's,
does
doesn't
too,
it? Test
does.
match.
Woo.
Yeah, they said the
Gonna
cricket
be
doesn't stop. The
interesting.
women's day and night tests will be running concurrently as well.
Going for the little tricky shot. Outside off stump, no luck through to the keeper. So they've really got them screws on here. Campbelltown, Camden on top. Of course, St George-Sutherland winning the toss and batting. Campbelltown, Camden really not letting them score freely, picking up the wickets. Drives it nicely through the covers for 1. Fielder out there on about 10 metres in from the fence on the hillside of Drummoyne Oval. There's even a nice spot on that hill covered in shade there. So there's a lot of vantage points here.
I've spent many days on that hill for the Women's Big Bash back in the day when this was like the go-to for it.
Yeah.
Such a great place to view cricket from.
Oh, good delivery here, just on that perfect length and line.
Yeah, well, as I said, it used to be like, remember that some of the big finals were here and
Yep.
everything. Like
Double
obviously-
headers as well, yep.
Yeah, but as I said, like obviously with North Sydney Oval use, we're never going to discredit North Sydney Oval, but it's good to see though the Thunder bringing a couple of their games here now though as well, trying to make it a bit of their home base.
Yep.
While the Sixers will continue to play out of North Sydney.
So Weston on strike. Dances down the wicket a bit here and slices off the inside edge. They'll pick up 1. Down there at backward square leg. But no boundaries yet in this first 5 overs.
Yeah, well, as I said, it was a great decision to keep Cheadle going.
Keep the foot on the throat, isn't it? Like,
Yep.
you've always got to juggle the bowling round and choose what to do there.
Yeah, they wanted me making sure they take advantage of these early morning conditions.
Good length. No run. 5 overs gone. St George-Sutherland 2 for 14. Over to you, Matt Mears.
Thanks, Kiwi. We'll see if we can get a commentary change here. We'll give Georgia and Kiwi a bit of a break, and we'll introduce the rest of the commentary team for this game at least. as we look like we'll wait to see who's coming on from that southern end or the far end on the broadcast as everybody gets themselves positioned. But it is a welcome to Shane Evans and to JP. Justin Panina, boys, great to have you here for this big, exciting T20 Finals Day.
Happy belated New Year's to the both of you too.
Happy New Year to you too, JP, as Mavros looks like they'll continue her for her third over as well from that southern end. And we're really seeing that Campbelltown Camden using their two opening bowlers up front here, really wanting to keep this pressure on St George-Sutherland.
You just might as well just bowl them straight out at the moment. Not a lot of runs on the board, 14 for 2 as Western comes in the bowl.
Yeah, just played into the offside, no run. It is a good field here set up by Campbelltown Camden. Obviously, Frogwood can't see all of it, but with you have the third and fine leg outside the circle, and then the rest of the field up inside with a backward point, cover point, a short extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and now they are pushing square leg back from next to the umpire to the fence. So this goes the expansive drive, but maybe doesn't quite get in and hold enough of that one, and it dribbles out to the fielder at mid-off, no run.
It's just a miracle, fellas. There is no boundaries. No boundaries in 5 point. Just over 5 overs gone. It's just superb line and length there, Shane.
Yeah, but you also have to remember this is a pitch that was used last week in the T20, so it's had to sit for 7 days. So
Comes in again, gets the outside edge. First slip would have gobbled it up, but none of those here in T20, and the fielder down here in front of it in Baldwin cuts it off for the boundary. They pick up another single to the total. But yeah, also the conditions here, 9:30 start. Generally, even the one-dayers are a 10 o'clock start. We always know, as I said, there can just be a little bit of extra on offer for the bowlers here in these early morning conditions. As Mavros comes in again, this time to Finn, and Finn guides it off the outside edge of her bat down to Baldwin here at third for another single to the total as they move along to 16 here. 2 balls left in the sixth over.
you also have to remember the pitch on there, that they've got one that's 2 decks across. That was the Saturday game between Manly and Sydney second grade, and then the first grade women's were here yesterday.
Oh, there's a big expansive drive there.
Save.
As it goes down, and JP, you get your first boundary of the morning. I said it was a nice shot there. It was just one of those step hit type balls. Probably wanted to be a little bit shorter on that one, but went up and over mid-on. 4 runs to the total. Finn moves to 9. And after 6 overs, St George, after winning the toss and electing to bat, they're 2 for 21.
Just right place, right time. She met to the ball, down on the crease, smashes over the top of the fielder, and like you said there, Mearsy, first boundary, and see if St George-Sutherland can try just get that momentum at the moment, because I'll say the run rate at the moment is not very impressive at 3.5.
Well, so they're waiting for probably some bowling changes to come into effect, but I don't think this one's going to help them with fellow New South Wales representative Sarah Coit coming on first change here from the northern or the bay end here of Drummoyne Oval. First delivery gets played down to third for another single, but that was probably going to be the game plan. If we can see off these opening bowlers, we might get some respite, but unlucky for them, Campbelltown Camden will bring on another New South Wales bowler.
But this is where you now look at the field from where we're sitting here in front of the Greg Davis corporate box. We just moved Lauren Cheadle down here to a fairly straight long off, just to try and help that knowing that Lucy Finn does like to hit long and straight.
Yeah, gets that one off the outside edge, picks the gap between
Save.
point and backward point. Oh, just. It was a teaser. Shane called it early, but it did tease that fielder chasing it down in front of the scoreboard, down in that southeastern corner. But yeah, the boundary's starting to flow. Maybe they'll want JP to stay on the stay on the comms. Since he's come into the commentary box, the balls have started to flow. But Finn moves along to 13 off 9 deliveries. It's 2 for 26 here. As Coit will be looking to come back from that one, and all moving in and just played on the leg side. Unluckily for Campbelltown, just misses that fielder at short mid-wicket, and they pick up a single. Cheadle does the fielding coming in from mid-on.
But yeah, could you imagine if I was speaking to Jackson, the curator, this morning when he was rolling the pitch. He's been frustrated for the last couple of days. Obviously, couldn't work on it yesterday for the women's one-day game here. Couldn't work on Saturday, where apparently for some reason Sydney won the toss but sent Manly in here in second grade. Then Bryn Mendel goes and hits 231 out of 415.
All nicely played off the pads, but there is a fielder out at square on the boundary, so another single to the total.
Did you say 213?
231.
231. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, single. Out of 400 and something. Yeah.
It looks nice and brown up here, but when you do get closer, it actually is. It does have a tinge of green to it. Where the Sydney captain was speaking to Jackson, and he said, "Mate, I'm gonna go and bowl first." Big mistake.
Yeah, next delivery comes in. Nice shot through point. Again, picking the gap there. Not a big gap between the two fielders there at point and backward point, but a beautiful shot there. And another 4 to the total. As I said, Finn absolutely rocketing along now. 18 off 11 deliveries with 3 fours, JP.
3 boundaries in the last 6 deliveries here. So there we're starting to see this upper momentum in this run rate. It is now 28 for 2 as Coit about to steam in.
And he comes in and on the pads. Does it take any of the pad? No. Umpire calls wide. I said they would have been looking there to see if it maybe took some thigh guard or not, but the call does come in favour of the batter. Stands there leaning on the bat going, of course it didn't touch anything, but another run to the total here. Coit's first 5 deliveries going for 12. The next one, plays outside the off stump. Luckily for the batter, doesn't get anything on that one, goes through the keeper. Good finish though from Coit. Her first over, as I said, went for 12. So yeah, the run rate rocketing on a little bit. 2 for 33 now, off 7. They said they needed someone like Finn to come out here now and try and take on the game. 18 off 12, that 150 strike rate.
You also have to remember all these teams here all played a 50 over game yesterday. Campbelltown, as I said in the pre-game, unfortunately Kearney mustered 104, chasing Gordon's 134 up at Chatswood Oval. Sarah Coit being one of their main scorers, so they've obviously got a bug and that they want to kill off after yesterday's poor performance. Having a chat to a couple of the Mavros girls who made the move across from UTS North Sydney second grade after they won the premiership last year on Chatswood Oval. And even they walked out in the middle of the pitch and they were and if they were the skipper, do you want to go on bat or do you want to bowl first? But in the end, it looks like we've got Pavelli's going to be coming on from the city end to bowl again to Western.
Yeah, first introduction of spin for Campbelltown Camden here. Left arm orthodox and a quicker ball delivery to come through for that first one. Having to defend those stumps. Goes back to the bowler, no run.
Where obviously Sydney played St George-Sutherland here yesterday and St George were comprehensively beaten by 6 wickets.
That one's a bit shorter by Pavelli and it just gets pushed through the offside. There is a sweeper out at cover, so just a single to the total.
I must admit it's weird because I know Georgia picked up on it, I think you did as well, Mizzy, in that first over. 3 players all wearing the same shirt number, which normally isn't supposed to be happening.
Well, you can take it off with Sean Mantle as the next delivery is on leg stump. Tickled round the corner, no one at fine. So 3 players come converging from everywhere to get onto that one. Oh, direct hit, but that one I think well and truly makes the ground. It looks Finn picks up 2.
May I ask what number they were, Shane?
36.
36.
So Cheadle opened the bowling in number 36.
Lauren's registered as player number 36 in the Cricket New South Wales player registrations for Campbelltown Camden.
The captain, Kelly Rawlings, is also number 36, and it looks like Elizabeth Barrett as well is number 36. So you're the one with the connections, being the umpire if nobody knew. As the next one is short, and it's pulled away over the head of mid-wicket. But there is a fielder out there sweeping at Cow, so another single to the total. But yeah, you're the one with the official connection, Shane. We'll wait for the official protest to come in.
But then again, also you have to remember with them playing yesterday, the uniforms may not have been able to have a chance to get clean, so they may be using a second set of jerseys and not having the appropriate numbers.
Oh, that one's called wide again. Thought maybe it put the thigh pad on the way through, but not. St George will be more than happy to take the extra ones. They pick up 2 there as they run through for the bye as well.
Because obviously you've called Manly earlier this year, and you're seeing some of the jersey numbers. Like I think like the keeper is like 134 on the uniform for a first grader.
Excuse me.
As the next one again down the leg side is wide. Yeah, we called Sydney University last week. There was someone's wearing jersey 100.
Yeah, because obviously with the clubs that, like you Sydney Uni for example, because the men's and women's are now integrated together, the men's get their numbering first, and then the women's
I don't think they have to share shirt numbers, but they've still got three to 4 grades that have to go through the numbers.
Yeah.
Bold. Changing to over the wicket. A couple of balls down the leg side. Decided to change the angle, and it was just too close to cut. And that's the 3rd wicket down here with 40 runs on the board. That's the last thing they needed was Finn going JP. She's the one that got that scoreboard ticking along finally, but yeah, as I said, just playing too close to the body with that one, trying to guide it maybe down to 3rd. But the bowler hits the stumps, and St George-Sutherland in a little bit more trouble.
Just a spin, just bait Finn, and just nipped onto the stumps, and geez, exactly what St George-Sutherland don't need it. She sort of built that innings well there, Finn, but she's gone for 19, and it's 2 for 40, and I think, last ball of the 8th over coming up here.
Now this is a player, if you do not know her background, you should. Being Rhiannon Dick being one of the best players in women's Premier Cricket first grade. I think she took out almost every possible title last year, batting aggregate, batting average, captain, like the Spirit of Cricket Award for the way that she normally captains the side, but I know that she has stepped away from that captaincy role this year. The Captain of the Year, even the Sydney Women's Umpires Player of the Year, she managed to pick up that award as well, and obviously a few at the Premier Cricket New South Wales Awards held in October. I think it was August last year. But she is one of the superstars of women's Premier Cricket here in Sydney.
Well, left-hander on strike here. Probably the player they want in this situation then is or having to play that one defensively back to the bowler. The change to over the wicket has worked for the left-arm orthodox. Pavelli strikes in her first over. And 8 overs gone here. St George-Sutherland winning the toss and batting first. 3 for 40 here in this early of our triple header here on Triple H 100.1 FM, as well as Frogbox via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel. We're bringing you all these 3 games live. I said if you don't know, then we'll tell you. We've got this game on now. We've got the second semi-final starting at 1:30. That's between the home team Sydney Tigers and the Manly Warringah Waratahs. And then at 5:30 twilight, under lights here at Drummoyne, it will be the winner of the 2 games that will go for that Kingsgrove Cup trophy and that nice big $20,000 cheque that we saw brought in this morning that no, Georgia, you can't have. As Coit continues here from the northern or the bay end here of Drummoyne Oval, and that first delivery just gets nicely played down to 3rd for a single. Weston moves along to 8. Dick has only faced the 1 ball yet to get off the mark.
Were they the novelty checks?
Yes, big novelty check.
Ah, beautiful.
We'll get your photo with it later, JP. I said they don't do it half effort around here. We will bring you that presentation as well this evening about 8:30 tonight. As Coit comes in again to the left-hander and goes through the legs of Point. They'll be disappointed with that one. There is a cover sweeper, so it only costs the 1. But you can see there, JP, the fielder just, disappointed in that one, just going through the middle. Luckily, though, the sweeper was out there.
Just a sort of misread with the ball. Just completely mistimed where the ball was going to reach her. Just luckily they only got a couple there. But 42 for 3. He's... Oh!
Weston plays this one down the leg side. Maybe off the pad. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. They will get through for 1. No, he's going to rule that there was some bat on that one. Weston will be happy with that one.
Question for you, because I know Georgia had it on before we actually went on air this morning. Do you want to win this semi, or do you want to be winning the next semi going into the final?
Well, instead of having a 5-hour break.
So that's your quarter past. There's your 10:45, 20-minute break. There's 11:15. So it's going to be like 12:30. So you're going to be pretty much on time finishing there. And then, 10:30.
Oh, we're back.
So yeah,
We're back on Frog Box. The Georgia looked at it and the picture came back. So
let there be light.
Let there be light. As we have left arm spin continuing from the southern end. Oh, looked for a single, but definitely wasn't there with that fielder tight at short cover. But thankfully was sent back rather quickly.
If you're St. George-Sutherland here, fellas, you probably want at least over 120 just to give yourselves something to bowl at the moment.
It comes in again. This one's a bit shorter. Lets it play off the top of the toes, but Coit's there at point. Can't get it past her.
And you also have to remember that being the women's one day, like the T20 finals, you've also got only had a 4 over power play, and then 2 over power surge to come in after the 10th over. So you need to be having probably one of these two in, and so you can go hell for leather in those 2 overs.
It comes in again down the wicket, almost yorks herself and does. I said takes out the stumps. The ball's rolling down here towards the rope. But that's the last thing they needed, with Weston now out for 10. 4 wickets down here for 45. And St. George-Sutherland, they're going to need something big from their lower to middle order here, as Weston out bowled preferably for 10.
Divine intervention they need here at the moment. Weston had absolutely had no idea what happened to that ball. Probably still has no idea. Just went ping onto the pitch, cannon onto the stumps there, Shane, and gee whiz, that's just great bowling.
It is, yeah, because it looks like that Weston was going to go down trying to charge it, and then obviously Pavel has seen it coming down, has chucked another 15-20 Ks on it, and has hit what looks like to be middle and off stump, maybe half an inch from the base of it, and yeah, she just played all over the top of it. But
yeah, it was good to readjust her length and probably, yeah, as you said, saw her coming, but was able to fire it in, not at the crease line, but at her new position where she'd come down the wicket. So, yeah, it's been some good left arm orthodox here from Pavelli as the new batter coming in for St George is Coco Streets in jersey 51. I said the number 6 going to have to put on a bit of a partnership here. As you said, with that power surge 2 overs still to come as well, they're going to want to have a couple of at least recognised batters in for that one if they want to take advantage of it. As Streets here will face her first delivery from the left arm orthodox of Pavelli. Oh, again, right in the block hole. Just gets the bat down in time, does Pavelli.
I'm just trying to work out, am I watching women's Premier Cricket or am I watching someone like a Jess Jonathan coming in because she used to like throwing them little darts in as well?
Yeah, next delivery is a bit shorter, plays it through the offside. There's a little bit of a gap there between point and short cover, which he finds, and that lets Streets get off the mark. So one delivery left here in the 10th over. We'll have Kiwi Mick will be back with you shortly to broadcast the next 5 overs for you. We might have another commentary change or two as well. We'll bring you to that shortly. As we wait for Pavelli's final delivery to Dick, and she plays the big expansive drive outside off, but no run there. The end of 10 overs, and it is 4 for 46. And George-Sutherland batting first. Over to you, Kiwi Mick.
Thank you, Matt Mears. Yes, so good bowling here still by Campbelltown Camden, and 4 for 46 in the after 10 overs. As I just grabbed my little diary with all the notes and player numbers, etc., etc.
I still can't believe the 3 players still wearing the same numbers.
Yeah, 3 of them in jersey 36. So it looks like it's going to be Keisha Baldwin to bowl now. Coco Streets 1 off 2. Rhiannon Dick is 2 off 4. And it will be Coco Streets on strike. Havley, some great bowling. 2 overs, 2 for 6. This is right up in the block hole. Great delivery. Good fielding off the bowling though by Baldwin. Right armour. Hot conditions here with the 9:30 start local time. Drummoyne Oval, a beautiful ground surrounded by nice trees, a nice little grandstand, a good pavilion, and the towering lights. We're up in the grandstand here, under shade, thank God. Oh, and this one just a little bit uppish, and they'll get a cheeky single down to mid-off. JP, we haven't called together for a while.
It just reminds me of a ground in New Zealand, Mick. And I think it's around the city. I'm trying to think, is it Wellington?
Basin Reserve in Wellington.
Thank you.
Similar with the trees, with the embankment. In fact, it's quite a similar size embankment too as would be there. Yep, and a lot of grounds in New Zealand are similar to this. Whether it be Hamilton, Christchurch, Dunedin. Obviously Eden Park's a big concrete jungle.
Yes, where the Wallabies can't win.
Yep, for about 30 years. So here goes Baldwin again. This one just on that teasing leg stump line off the pad for no run. And the NFL looks like the Philadelphia Eagles almost bringing up the half century there. They're going to be through to the Super Bowl in a couple of weeks' time. Just a quick update from over there in the US of A. But it's good bowling here. Lucy Finn looked quite solid with the bat, but eventually dismissed. Rhiannon Dick, of course, is a left-handed batter. Oh, bowled! Into middle and leg at the top. The bails go flying here at Drummoyne Oval. That is Great bowling by Baldwin. All the bowlers are chipping in beautifully here for Campbelltown Camden. All of a sudden it's 5 for 47.
That was an ugly shot. It was ugly. I mean, pure ugliness. It was like... It was ready to hit the ball, and he just goes... Sheesh. I forgot to hit the one thing. It was the ball. Ball cannon onto the stumps. Gee whiz. Dick gone for 2. This is not a good start. Well, I was about to say not a good start. This is not a very good innings here for St. George-Sutherland here.
And of course, Georgia, Campbelltown, Camden, as we said, first on the ladder, playing up against 4th today.
Yep.
So they're showing how good they are. You don't know a pitch until both teams bat on it, but so far so good. Looking very strong.
So far, so good, especially when you have some very strong bowlers in your lineup as well. That last shot looked like Rhiannon Dick just lift her head a little bit too early, hence cannoning into the stumps. But if she's angry, we'll send her your way, mate. Don't worry.
Lucia Martin is the new batter at the wicket, right-handed batter. They've got to try and at least get 100 here. Campbelltown, Camden.
Little baby steps. Baby steps, we go for the 50, and then the 60, and then we build from that.
They had a little couple of overs of some good batting, but otherwise... Oh, this is a good delivery here. Popping off the inside part of the bat, right at the top there near the handle. The splice of the bat, they call it.
Just a question for the both of you. Power surge. I presume the batting team chooses when they take those 2 overs.
They do, yes.
The batting side chooses it, yep.
So here's the thing. If you're these 2 batsmen, shouldn't you say we'll take it next over?
Yeah, while you've still got a few wickets left.
Yeah.
Instead of right at the end.
It depends, because last week we were seeing the Sydney University coaches and then also the Parramatta coaches saying, take it! Like, they were yelling at each other, which was hilarious. And then you could see the coaches on sideline doing, like, the movement. And then, who do I ask? So there is still a lot of confusion in and amongst the teams as to when to call it. How early do you have to call it as well? Because if you call it after a certain time, then it can't be used that over. It has to be the next over. So I know there's been a bit of adjusting coming into this as well. But yeah, it is ultimately the batter's choice. You'd want them to be set up to be confident as well, or at least have a bit of an idea of what the other team's plan is going to be in terms of bowling attack. So at this point, we have the pace to spinner switch.
Just a silly question. Do the umpires have a signal for the power surge?
They do. They certainly do. Generally looks like wax on, wax off from Karate Kid. Sort of
what a movie back in 1984.
Oh, God. And the remake.
Daniel Sun has made an appearance here on the women's finals day. This is a beautiful delivery by Pavlis. It's driven, not quite getting that one to the bowler.
I'm looking forward to seeing the signal of the power surge, because every time I see it on the Foxhole 7, they have a person pressing the buzzer. Looks awfully looks awfully annoying.
Lights up the stadium.
Yep.
Left arm spin. Oh, awkward length. Philadelphia Eagles have reached the 50 here. They've raised the bat. They're off to the Super Bowl. A lot of interest in these 2 NFL games today. I know we're calling the cricket, but just in case you wanted to know the score, here we go now to Pavli. Nice length there, driven. Coco Street's on strike. Pavli 2.3 overs, 2 for 6. These left arm spinners just can't get them away. And again, right on that length. A bit like Daniel Vittori with the left arm spin, just on that perfect length. I know we're going back a bit. It's 5 for 47 here on the 12th over. Game 1 of 3 on finals day here on the public holiday Monday at Drummoyne Oval, Sydney, Australia. Don't know the postcode. Here we go. Let's Google it. As it's driven into the offside.
I know the council we're in. I don't know the postcode. The council's Canada Bay. If that helps anybody.
Yep. And it's going to be Lucia Martin, right-handed batter. She's faced a couple of deliveries for no run. Coco Streets is 3 off 9. Pavli bowling a great little spell.
2046.
2046 is the postcode. It wasn't the score. And it's driven into the covers for 1. So after 12 overs, St George-Sutherland 5 for 49.
I should know postcodes because I do something for a job that's related to postcodes.
Australia Post.
Ah, you betcha.
Yeah.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
I know.
You had one
do you
job.
know Cremon's postcode?
No.
Okay.
Okay, it's not trivia.
I do, because I live there.
Oh, okay.
12 overs gone, 5 for 49.
Yeah, so
They've got to use that power surge now if I was St George-Sutherland.
Baldwin 1 over 1 for 1. Right armour with these medium paces now to Martin. And a chance for LBW. No, it was a half
Outside
appeal.
off.
A little bit of bat there into pad. Heavily, 3 overs, 2 for 8. Lauren Cheadle, I think, has saved 1 over as well for later in the innings.
Always, probably to finish it off, I'd say.
So here goes Baldwin again. This is a nice drive through the covers to that fielder out about 10 metres in from the boundary rope. It brings up the 50 here for St George-Sutherland. 5 for 50, winning the toss and batting first here. And final number 1 at Drummoyne Oval. At 1:30 today it will be Manly against the Sydney Tigers. And then 5:30 the grand final of the women's T20 competition. Come on down if you want a nice afternoon or even late morning or early evening later on. Goodness me, I've covered everything there, and it's
You covered every time zone, mate. You covered every time zone.
It sounded like, you know, when you do online shopping and they're like, when would you like your delivery to arrive? You know, between this time and this time.
Normally with Macca's it's after midnight.
Oh my gosh, okay.
So here goes Baldwin again. Streets is 3 off 10. Oh, that's close to wide, just inside that line.
I don't think she really needed to go for that. Could have just let that ball go to the keeper. But
Threw the bat at it for no reason.
just throwing it away there, just like willy-nilly. That's just poor effort.
This is a beautiful shot through the covers. Lucky that had that fielder out on the fence, saves it to only to 1, or else it was definitely rolling to the picket fence. A few people coming in through the day, of course, the public holiday Monday, a few people on the hill, and the grandstand filling up nicely.
Don't get the slip, stop and slap and double the merit still.
Yep, and a nice
Way
gathering
to ruin
under
the party, JP, seriously.
I know.
a nice gathering under a big tree next to the little grandstand in Canteen, which holds about 150 people, I reckon. And after 13 overs, St George-Sutherland 5 for 51.
I thought you were going to tell us how many bottles of drinks were in the fridge, and I'm like, wow, that's impressive, mate. We're only there for a few minutes.
I'm pretty good at stock take.
They're probably like 50.
It's like 4 there, 8 down, that's about
so
40 or 50. You do
the math. Yeah, we've got like 100 cans of Coke in the fridge there still.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're Campbelltown, if you can keep them under at least 80 or 90, you don't really need to go, heavily at the target.
Oh, the smallest targets are the hardest ones.
Looks like it might be Hannah Baker to take the ball now. Yep, right arm leg spin. Ooh, driven back to the bowler. Hannah Baker. And Streets is 4 off 12. Martin 2 off 6. That would have been a good catch in the covers, but it's missed.
Oh,
They'll pick up a couple to the fielder out on the fence near the canteen here at Drummoyne Oval.
I think we've got a dislocated finger by the looks of it.
Oh, no.
She'll be right. Pop it in.
Don't know about that.
Looks like Sarah Coyte's going to attempt to do it as Lauren Cheadle runs off, and we're just alerting the umpire. Can I have a go? Not a medical professional in the slightest, but can I have a go? Oh, God.
That's so great cricket. Or can I say that's so peak great cricket?
I love how even the umpires are just standing there like, what just happened? Like, just let it process, let it sink in.
We know there's probably 10 or 12 bin chickens onto the field too as well.
Yeah.
Doing their job.
They're making their own team out there.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think
Look at the field positions as well. They're scattered around the field nicely.
Absolutely. To a third man.
One of them running the drinks just outside the row.
Oh,
Probably see that on Frogbox almost.
Quality
But,
day for cricket down here.
5 for 53.
Can add some voices in.
Floats this one up. This is finding that gap. Down to that fielder at the deep point area. 5 for 54. Oh, and a nice in-between length. Couldn't do much with that. Good bowling here by Baker. Martin on strike. Nice drive here to the fielder at deep cover for a single. Hasn't been many boundaries in this innings.
Just the two.
Yep. That's the things that makes that scoreboard tick along.
All the fives.
All the fives. No run straight to the fielder. 14 overs gone. St. George-Sutherland 5 for 55.
They've got to take... so you got 6 overs left. I presume the latest they can take is the 18th over, the power surge?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
Got to take it now, surely.
So you can take it in the last 2 overs, yeah?
Yep.
That just doesn't... See, to me, it doesn't make sense with 18 left to go. You might as well just use it now.
Yeah. Cheadle's not on the field as well, so...
Who's going to bowl those last couple of overs?
And they need that bit of a boost as well.
Yeah.
They're just a bit flatlining a little bit.
I was going to say, when Coit came on as well, we saw the spike in boundaries too. So it's like, oh, she's sitting back on the side, but does not look very comfortable in the slightest. Still in a bit of pain as we
It's going to be
ice it.
Sarah Coit to take up the attack again. Bowling to Martin, who's 3 off 8. Streets is 7 off 16. And they've heard you, JP. They're taking the power surge. Wax on, wax off.
It looks like you're waving at them, mate.
It's all happening here at Drummoyne Oval, up in the commentary box as well.
Let's just remind myself I hadn't had a coffee yet.
Coit with the medium right armers.
Oh.
Nice little shot off the pads. Is that going to roll all the way? Let's have a look now. Just short of the boundary. They thought about a third, but they'll just settle for 2. Leg by 5 for 57.
A light feather off the pad. Yeah, the surge can go on, as they say. They can. It's like going from 90 to 110 on a motorway. They've got to hit the accelerator and go bang.
Yeah. Good delivery, but nicely popped into the onside for 1.
Oh, please. Watch out for the bin chickens.
Watch out for each other. Forget the chickens.
4 fielders nearly collide there, trying to retrieve the ball.
It's mine. I'm chasing the ball
That's
down.
the thing. There was no calling. That's why we almost had that issue.
So Streets on strike. Thuds into the pad through the microphone that we have set up.
We saw what
A
happened.
little bit of bat there as well, though.
We saw what happened last time when there was no communication. One, Daniel Sams and Cameron Bancroft over at the stadium.
And then we've had, Roy and Enriquez in the county cricket in the UK as well.
Yeah.
Gillespie and War.
Gillespie and War.
let's not add to the total, please.
Was it Matthew Elliott and someone? Mark or Matthew Elliott? That pretty much ended his career, didn't it? Matthew Elliott? It was back in the 90s.
Where you couldn't get into the cricket team.
Yeah, I know. What a team they had then. His second team could have beaten New Zealand back then.
Oh!
Say it.
Oh, hello.
And
Well, you guys stop reliving the glory days.
Interesting ramp.
get
Very
back to the
interesting
action.
ramp.
And
Did you see that ramp shot?
5 for 60. 5 for 61. One ball left in the 15th, and then the dulcet tones of Matt Mears to take you through to the end of the innings up in the block. Oh, couldn't do much with that. And that is the end of 15. And it's 5 for 61.
That ramp shot was almost as bad as Maya Bouchier's at Manuka Oval a couple of days ago, if I remember correctly. So,
Well, thank you very much, Kiwi Mick. Big 5 overs left here for St George-Sutherland. As I said, I think when I was off the mic, I've heard someone mentioning 100. They definitely need to at least get to triple figures, Georgia, to at least have something on the board to be able to bowl at.
I mean, you need a strong target. You need something that you can defend as well. And obviously, the more runs on the board, the easier it is. But also, the smaller totals are the hardest to achieve, and that's when you really learn some new things about your teammates as well, especially when everyone's almost yelling at each other.
Well, I said it will be interesting to see who's still got overs left for Campbelltown Camden. Obviously, we saw the injury to Lauren Cheadle. They obviously would have wanted her to come back and bowl her 4th over, 1 for 5 off her 3 currently. But it will be the left arm spin of Pavelli for her final over. As first one's right up in the block hole again. She bowled some good ones of those this morning here, but they do pick up a single to the total, 5 for 62. But yeah, the scoreboard here I think not quite hasn't quite caught up, but Play HQ and Frogbox has the correct bowling as again goes through for the quick single after hitting that ball to cover.
I must be seeing things. I do not think that is Claire Koski that is actually bowling the ball, because
No, I think on the scoreboard they had
I think they're just ticking
Pavelli.
through.
Yeah, Tavelli had bowled 4 via the scoreboard, but via Play HQ she's only bowled 3, and that was a big swing outside the off stump. Given out! It's been the big swing outside off. Obviously he's dragged the foot as the bats come through, and it's been flashy work there by the keeper to get those bails off before she could get her foot back inside. And we're talking about that 100. It's looking less and less likely now as the 6th wicket goes down. Streets is gone for 9.
she had the right idea. She wanted to go and punch down the ground, but obviously took half a step too far, and umpire Leonie Mizzi has been able to make that sharp call really quick there. So, but no, that's definitely Parby bowling, because
Yes, it is.
Claire Koski, easy way you can spot her out of this Campbelltown side. Very easy. She's the tallest player there,
Well, yeah, as I said, I think
and
it's
if I
just...
believe she's in jersey 46 anyway. So
Yeah, no, it definitely is pavey bowling as per the on-screen statistics, or if you're looking at Play HQ. I think there's whoever's running the scoreboard had a little bit of an oopsie, but that's fine. It's not contributing to our broadcast here. We can give you the correct scores. And I said, and I think even if you are watching at home along on Frogbox, you can't see the scoreboard, so it's fine. Just go off what we're seeing on the screen. But
You can trust us.
and also the fact is, you said you got Claire Koski standing here at point to the new batter in Moser that's just made her way to the crease, and current ACT medial.
yeah, Kaylin Moser, the captain, having some work to do to get her team to a competitive total. Has left arm around the wicket here, and again, just the tightening of that field. Georgia on the offside. 5 fielders there. As I said, we got backward point, extra cover, and mid-off, and even the mid-off's up almost in line with the stumps there, saying if you want to get some runs through that offside, you need to go over the top.
I overheard a bit of a conversation last week at Sydney University about spin bowling placements as well for the field, as we see.
Yeah, that one's down the leg side.
Massive wide.
That's the last thing they would have wanted to see, the Campbelltown Camden side. But just tried to fire it again in one too many times, beats the keeper, and 5 runs to the total, much needed for St George-Sutherland. Yeah,
look, and it was just the talking about your field placement, and a lot of spin bowlers, as we're seeing, generally have a 5-4 field placement, 5 on the offside, 4 on the leg side. Which is what we see here, and a big appeal for caught behind. I think the bowler liked it, as they usually do. The one person who always thinks it's out.
Or always thinks there's an edge when there's not an edge.
Yeah.
Yes, Marnus, we are
talking about you, mate.
As next delivery, it hits on the pads. Again, the stifled appeal. We do hope that the Australian cricket team might be watching. I said a bit of a decent following, starting to watch us on Frogbox. Maybe the up and early, nice and bright and early over there in Sri Lanka. We hope you're watching, or even down in Melbourne, the Aussie girls already wrapped up those Ashes, but still have that huge test match to come later in the week. We can't wait for that one to be on our TV sets as well. It's going to be. You just thought, just when the Big Bash was over, you thought there was going to be a little bit of a break.
There's more to come.
Still a lot more to come.
There's so much more to come, and it's awesome. We love it. We live for this.
Yeah, so plenty more cricket to come. But as I said, we hope you're enjoying this Sydney Sports Radio coverage here on Triple H 100.1 FM and Frogbox via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel. We'll be here for all 3 games this morning, this afternoon, and this evening, as we'll have another bowling change, and it's Barkout coming on for her first over here from the northern or bay end of Drummoyne, and first delivery is down the leg side for a wide. Maybe it's trying to make up an over here for Cheadle. Whether she's going to be able to make it back on the field, I'm not sure. Oh, over the top, comes down the wicket. Coit does the fielding down here at long on, and they only pick up a single. For our people listening along at Triple H, Georgia, how would you like to describe the bowling here?
I'm sorry, a little more context. That was a very broad question.
Well, describe the bowling action and the bowling style of the bowler that is bowling right now.
Okay. Well, to be completely honest, I wasn't watching that. I was following the bin chicken.
Well, here we go. Coming into bowl now, and played off the back foot into the offside. As it's come off the back quite slowly, they pick up a single.
Unorthodox shot. I'll give it that. It's looking like spin. Like the back of the hand, almost like Warnie's flipper. You can kind of see.
I wanted your perspective on it, because it's almost like mystery ball type deliveries.
Oh, it looks
full
like the
toss.
Well, it's right arm.
Thanks, Shane.
Well, it's a 50-50 chance.
Well, it was the full toss there down the ground, but again, good fielding by Coit, cuts it off from the boundary, and they pick up another single.
Look, if they want specifics, right arm over the wicket, slow bowler.
Very clunky.
Oh, okay.
No, watch the motion.
Dunk.
It's almost like it's
sweep.
It's almost like it's 3-part. So getting the arm ready to get up to once he gets to the top, and then the release.
I think if the bowler was, we're always told as youngsters that your arm brushes your ear as you go past. Maybe if there was just a little bit of a gap, would follow through with the momentum, a little bit more pace. Oh, well, hello.
Well,
never mind. Just ignore me.
Well, the clunkiness, as Shane Evans has described it, has paid off. As I said, was through that sweep shot well and truly too early. Does go down the leg side, but again, the keeper in Talia Pacey does another great job behind the stumps. Moser goes for 1, and as I said, it just keeps going from bad to worse for St George-Sutherland. 7 for 72 here, 1 delivery left in the 17th over.
And you have to remember, yesterday they were comprehensively beaten on this ground by the Sydney Cricket Club.
So what I'm hearing
in a one-day game, but the thing is, it's hard when you lost a couple of games in a row to try and build momentum.
Yeah.
But remember, this pitch would have been prepared originally 10 days ago. That would have been for the the men's 1-day game, men's 2-day game, plus the women's T20s happened last Sunday. They haven't been able to touch it during the week until like Thursday, Friday, do a little bit of preparation, then do the final bit this morning, where it's had, let's see what, 96, another 50, 60 overs yesterday, where people have been running over it whilst fielding during the day as well. So I'm not surprised it's holding up a little bit on the pitch.
A new batter, left-hander in Wilson, and just dabs at this one outside the off stump. It's fielded by backward point, no run.
To be completely honest with you, I don't even know what day it is today. And I haven't known since about last year. I don't know what day it is.
It's a public
Well, we're
holiday.
glad you're here.
I know it's a public holiday.
Glad you remember that you turned
Everyone
up.
keeps telling me that, but yeah, I completely forgot it was Monday.
Well, it is a Monday, and
TGIM.
it's the end of 17 overs here. So George-Sutherland 7 for 72. Wilson's just at the crease, has faced the one delivery. Martin is 8 not out off 15, and Barkat finishes her first over 1 for 4. So, as I said, it's going to be an interesting 3 overs here to see if St George-Sutherland make that 100 mark.
The only reason that I think that they may be, oh, there you go, they changed it over. They now got Lily Herezchuk to come in and bowl some quick mediums.
Okay, never mind.
Well, comes in.
Don't mind if I do.
Maybe it's just give everybody a bowl day, but it was a full toss, and all Martin's been able to do is just hit it straight back to the bowler. Didn't have to move. Usually bowlers hate return catches because I said you're bending down or you're jumping up or whatever. It was straight back into the bread basket, and that's 8 wickets down here now for St George-Sutherland. As I said, it's been some good bowling changes here, but yeah, it's probably not the shot you wanted to play to a full toss.
That's almost like when you're doing fielding practice and you've got whoever's hitting the balls, they're hitting back to your waist height and chest height to try and get that from about 4 to 6 feet away. But Lily Herezchuk is one of the young up-and-comers in the Campbelltown Camden system. Normally opens the bowling in their second grade side, but over the last 12 to 18 months has been pushed into a squad, as Campbelltown now call it, for the first and second grade. Kind of like most of the other clubs, like Sydney and Manly and all of that, where, fair enough, if you're not in that top 13 for the first grade team, you shuffle back down to second grade. And I've stood out here with her bowling, and she's only bowling about half her distance. She's normally off about 22, 23 metres.
Well, I think you'll find, again, it's the scoreboard's letting you down, Shane.
It's
it looks to be Hannah Baker coming in for her second over.
I love that massive wrap. Well, there you go. You got.
Oh, another stumping, yes.
Lucky that wasn't a pulled groin muscle.
Oh, well, it was the big sweep coming in from Schofield. First ball, obviously wanting to bump up that run rate from coming in, but Baker has gone from the full toss, landed this one and turned massively. But again, it's been a day out for the keeper in Talia Pracey. She's able to pick that one up, and before the bat could get back round and back down onto the wicket, the bails were off in a flash. And it's now, the wickets keep tumbling here for St George-Sutherland. Who knows if they'll even be able to get through to 20 overs at this rate.
Well, I tell you what, when people are going to ask, Pracey, what'd you do on your public holiday? Oh, I just stumped a whole heap of people and took a few catches, and I
did a whole stack of dismissals.
I was stumping everybody, and they're like, well, apparently it's a hat-trick ball as well.
It is a hat-trick ball, but three stumpings and a run-out for Talia Pracey.
The rest of the team's great. Well, right, we'll just sit here, we'll wait, you do your thing.
Now, this is kind of a good thing, really, not for St George, but for Campbelltown.
It's like, where are you going
because
with this?
if Lauren Cheadle's injured, okay, yes, depending on how bad the injury is, she can now try and cool down, have the physio, try and have a look at it.
Might even have time to go and get X-rays.
That's why I said
come back.
So I said you can go and actually get it looked at properly. Make your way through the final. You're going to have 4 or 5 hours to sit there and get it looked at properly, because she's not going to come out and bat at 1. She's going to come out at 11 if she needs to.
Yeah.
So get the time to go and have a look at, get the all clear. If she's not, didn't rule her out.
Well, it's the hat-trick ball now here. As you're watching on Frogbox, the fielders surround the bat. I said I think the furthest one out is behind the bowler and all down the leg side. Is it called wide?
Leg by.
We'll wait for the umpire's signal. It will be called wide down the leg side. But yeah, the fielders, you love seeing that, Georgia. The fielders coming in for that.
There is nothing better than a stacked infield.
Yeah.
Nothing
watching
better.
along. Well, it's great watching along at home on Frogbox. You'll be
not
able
when-
to see all the fielders on the screen.
Not when you're the one facing the hat-trick ball. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I'll give you that because I've been in that position before.
Yeah, never good fun facing, but yeah, it was great to see all the fielders in and up waiting for that one. But they make their way out with Burrows now. Hasn't faced the ball yet, has Burrows. But having a job to do for her team now. It's right on leg spin round the wicket to the left-hander. And pushed out to mid-off, no run. You've got a fielder back at cover sweeper for the left-hander. You've got a long on and a cow corner outside the circle. With everybody else up inside the circle. This one goes down the ground, beats the bowler, and it'll be fielded by the fielder down there at long on. So a single gets Burrows off the mark. It's been a great spell for Hannah Baker here today. So far, 1.4 overs, 2 for 6. Now has now it's down in the leg side again with Abby Burrows back on strike, the number 11. But they'll pick up 3 here. Well done by number 36. As I said, we've got a couple of 36s.
Which one?
Yeah, exactly. But pulls it just inside the rope. But they will get back for 3 wides. So they'll keep that scoreboard ticking over, even if it is in sundries.
That 36 is young Barcat.
Yeah.
Well, next delivery again. This one maybe looked like the wrong un to Burrows, but as I said, played out onto the leg side. Fielded by the fielder at square. No run. This is the end of Baker's second over. It tries to cut. They appeal.
Not interested.
Umpire's not interested. A good end to another over there by Hannah Baker. She finishes up her second over, 2 for 9, and it's 9 for 77 here. 2 overs left in the St. George-Sutherland innings.
Now the question is, do you just try and swing away, or are you trying just to get to the 20 over mark and maybe fiddle, say, 5, 6, 7 runs, or do you just say, stop it, let's just go down and swing. If we're going to, one of us gets 5 or 10 runs and then we get out, we get out.
I think you just have to face the deliveries.
I think you got to make a judgment based on the delivery. You can't go in with premeditated shots at this point, especially if we have Barrett, who's an unpredictable bowler, as we've seen. The action's unpredictable, and some are more loopier than others. But then you got to play each ball on its merits. If it's there to hit, it's there to hit. If it's not, don't be silly about it.
Yeah, field scattering with the bin chickens out there as well. We said 3 outside the circle, 2 on the leg, 1 at cover sweeping. Takes the outside edge, but it's wrapped up by that fielder at backward point. Another single to the total for Wilson. 9 for 78.
And it is those singles and twos that is gonna start to build that total up a little bit more, because every run counts. We know that.
You've got the 11 in Burrows now on strike. Oh, having to keep that one out. Looked a little bit quicker, that one.
Respectfully. Very, very much showed respect there. Also, noticing, looking time-wise, Campbelltown are actually now behind. They're meant to have their innings, the 20th over started after 75 minutes.
Well, there were that many wickets fallen.
We've had that many people come and go.
As that one's cut through the offside, through to the fielder out at cover on the boundary for another single. But yeah, I think they'll give him a little bit of a break. So comes in again. Well played by Wilson, just into the offside, no run.
But no, I said, normally you're meant to have it, 20th over started within 75 minutes of your start time, which should have been 10:45, and now being 10:52, 7 minutes behind, so they may get penalised for the captain.
Well, again, just played into the offside, no run. But usually they had to just bring the fielder up, and they've already got 2 out. Well, I say that as the third goes back to the boundary.
But
they said that would be the only.
I'll show you.
But the women's penalties for women's Big Bash, and this is different, which I'll explain after this ball.
Well, I said final delivery of the 19th over. What can Wilson do here? And can just defend onto the offside. So another great over there. It's got 2 overs, 1 for 6.
Number 49 has the hat off.
St George 9 for 79 here, 1 over to go.
Looks like we have a lot of captains out there as well from all the hand movements I'm seeing, the gestures.
Yeah, but what I was trying to explain before was that with Premier Cricket, the umpires were told the 2 captains, you must have your 20th over started by the 75-minute mark. Obviously, depending on how bad Lauren Cheadle's injury was and how much time they needed to be able to get her off the field, they'll allow for a couple of minutes. But if there's no extenuating circumstances and they're just bowling really slow, they will go through, they still get the 20 overs to bat and bowl, but on the match report the umpires may say, okay, to Campbelltown, we will be penalised for being 1 over behind. And at worst, it's only 0.1 of a point, which will go to their regular season total.
Sophia Mavros coming in to bowl the final over. And it looks like this is played onto the leg side. No urgency really there. Thought maybe they could have gone through for 1, but Burrows, the number 11, electing to take strike.
I don't know, with Coit standing right there, I wouldn't be risking that one.
As it gets the under edge, this one past the keeper.
And the chicken.
Big chase.
Chicken.
Big chase for the fielder inside the circle at fine. They get back for 2. So that's a bit more like it. They said they've shared the bowling around, haven't they, the Campbelltown Camden side. So 9 for 81 here. 4 deliveries left in this innings. Big.
Hello.
There's 2 fielders out there on the leg side, and I said it'll be picked up by the fielder at deep mid-wicket.
And the fact that you've got one of the best arms there in Claire Koski basically standing right in front of their player dugout at very deep backward square. She's one of the best set of hands that you see in Premier Cricket.
Upish, but takes on the fielder at mid-on. If it had been a bit closer. It was still given. I thought maybe because the throw was wide, it was going to be the batter was just going to make it ground, but it was still good enough that the bowler was going to be able to take out the stumps. It was a quick, hard throw, wasn't it? Even though it wasn't quite straight, it was still quick and it was still hard. It was great work by Sophie Mavros to get the bails off, but that's the end of the innings here. They leave 3 balls out there, do St George-Sutherland, but that's all out for 82. Campbelltown Camden will need 83 to make that final at 5:30.
I'll tell you what, there might be a little bit more of a break at this point. We were saying, 4 or 5 hours?
Well,
may as well go watch a movie in the aircon somewhere.
Both teams have to bat on this wicket, though.
True.
It might not be as easy as we're making it out.
It never is when you're out there, I must admit, especially at Drummoyne Oval.
Well, yeah, particularly the early morning conditions here, but that he does see the St George-Sutherland side all out for 82 here at Drummoyne in the first of the semi-finals here on T20 Finals Day, thanks to Kingsgrove. As we go through that St George-Sutherland batting lineup, Talia Wilson, the New South Wales keeper, she was out caught Baldwin off the bowling of Cheadle, 3 off 13 deliveries. Joe Kelly was run out by Baldwin and picked up at the stumps by Talia Pacey, out for 1 off 4 deliveries. Lucy Weston bowled by Pavley for 10 off 22. Lucy Finn came on and got the run rate ticking along before she was also bowled by Pavley for 19 off 15. 3 boundaries, the only 3 boundaries in the innings for St George-Sutherland. Round and Dick was talked up by Shane Evans, but then ended up being out bowled by Baldwin. 2 off 6 deliveries. Coco Street's out of the first of the 3 magnificent stumpings from Priest as well. Had a great day behind the stumps off the bowling of Pavley. 9 off 20 deliveries. Lucia Martin caught and bowled by Baker. Was a full toss hit straight back to Baker in a follow through. 8 off 16 deliveries. Moser, the skipper, the second of those great stumpings by Precy off the bowling of Barkat. 1 off 6. Wilson also run out there by Baldwin to Mavros there behind the stumps. 2 off 7. Schofield was out that first ball. The big wind up, but no connection made before she was stumped by Precy off the bowling of Baker for that golden duck. Abbey Burrows 11 finishes 4-0 out off 8 deliveries. 23 extras, including 17 wides, being the top scorer there for St George-Sutherland. All out for 82 with a couple of balls left in that innings. The bowling for Campbelltown Camden, Lauren Cheadle went off with that injury but still got 3 overs, 1 for 5. Alexandra Mavros opened up with her 3 overs, none for 15. Sarah Coyne, 3 overs, none for 20. Got a bit of stick in her first over. Pavley, the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs, 3 for 15. Baldwin, very tidy as well, 2 overs, 1 for 3. Baker, with her leg spin, 2 overs, 2 for 9. Market, 2 overs, 1 for 6. And Sophia Mavros coming on for that final over, went for just those 3 deliveries. Georgia, Shane, as we let the players warm up, we'll be back shortly with that run chase. So you think Campbelltown Camden, do they go big, do they go hard, try and knock it off as quick as possible? Because we're not looking at anything, we're not looking at run rates for tables. All they need to do to win is just to take home this match. They don't have to do anything for run rates or anything like that. Do they just take their time, make sure they get there without losing too many wickets or anything like that, and then just give themselves a nice easy afternoon before they get ready for a final at 5:30? Or do you think that St George Sutherland can come out there firing early and maybe take a few quick wickets because you feel that that's going to be their way into making that final at 5:30?
Look, honestly, you got to go out with aggression, but there's only so much that you can do as well until you see that ball bowled and then you make your decision. I mean, you can have a mindset, you can talk about a game plan and then adjust as you go from there. But in all fairness, with a small total as 82 that you're chasing, you look for the singles, you look for the runs to put the pressure on as much as possible and go from there to start to build your innings.
Claire Koski is going to be the mainstay of this innings. We know how well she is. We know her reputation. She'll probably come out, if she's not opening the batting, she's definitely going to come in at 3. You look at her last 3 innings before the weekend and it's like 70, 60 and 105, I believe it was, for the last ACT Meteors WNCL game. So she's definitely a lady in form. It's one of the mainstays of this first grade side, but if you can get her early, then watch all hell break loose with this Campbelltown side, because it's kind of like Steve Smith when he's not with the Sixers. They can tend to collapse at times, but when he's there and doing well, they do well.
Well, as you heard, it's Campbelltown Camden needing 83 for victory to make themselves the first team into that final, that twilight final, 5:30 under lights. As I said, if you are around the local Drummoyne area, why don't you get outside for this Australia Day, make your way down here. The canteen is open. I tell you, the other boys have already been off and enjoying some sausage sangers here on this public holiday Monday here in Sydney town, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so for that run chase. Campbelltown Camden, 83 for victory. Yes, welcome back here to Drummoyne Oval. We await the players and umpires. Will be back here shortly. So I said, an interesting chase. As I said, we were looking at maybe 100 for St. George-Sutherland to make, but as I said, a late collapse there to be bowled out for 82. So 83 required for victory for Campbelltown Camden to make their way through to that final. They'll need a good bowling effort here from St. George-Sutherland to keep themselves in this one. But the injury to Lauren Cheadle will be the interesting one here for... We'll see if we can get an update on that during the innings. But as I said, it didn't look good for Cheadle. Had to make her way off the field after a fielding injury. So we'll keep you up to date with that. I don't know if we'll see a bat. They probably won't risk her in this game. But as I said, if they do make that final, they want her to be action here. The twilight game here at Drummoyne Oval. 3 big games here for your Triple H triple header. Thanks to Sydney Sports Radio. Whether you're listening on 100.1 or through Frogbox via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel, we thank you for your listenership or viewership here this Australia Day public holiday. If you're just tuning in, we'll be back at 1:30 with Sydney Tigers taking on the Manly Warringah Waratahs in that second semi-final. And then 5:30 twilight. The lights will be on here at Drummoyne for that final, and that $20,000 from Kingsgrove up for grabs. We saw the big check earlier this morning. We had to keep Georgia away from it, but it looked pretty good, and I'm sure it'll be a good boost to one of the 4 teams here that will be taking out this Kingsgrove Women's T20 Cup. I said we do appreciate the folks, Hilary Solomon and the team at Kingsgrove, who do their thing, and now supporting both the men's and women's competitions here for the Sydney Grade Cricket, New South Wales Premier Cricket, we should be calling it by its proper name. T20 finals day. As I said, we had a great day at North Sydney for the men's one. That 100 from Blake Nicotara, I don't think we'll forget anytime soon. That's available here on the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel if you want to go back and watch that one. But as I said, a lot left to happen here as we see the 2 umpires, the fielding team and the 2 batters making their way out to the crease here for the resumption. As we said, Campbelltown Camden needing 83 to make their way through to that 5:30 twilight grand final, and to take us through the first 5 overs here, Kiwi Mick Reinish.
Thank you very much, Matt Mears. Yes, a target of 83. Great bowling by Campbelltown Camden. First on the ladder, of course, coming into the top 4 finals setup, the triple header on Triple H. And at the wicket is Claire Koski. She will be facing the first delivery of this innings. And Abby Burrows to open up the bowling. A right-handed batter. Alexandra Mavros at the non-striker's end. Claire Koski at the strikers. Nice hot conditions as we're 10 past 11 Sydney time. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on Triple H Frogbox around Australia, around the world, wherever you are. Of course, a lot of family and friends of the players interested in listening or watching us on Frogbox as Koski takes strike. First Kiwi Viz of the day, I'd go.
Oh boy, here we go.
Campbelltown Camden.
Bit early, isn't it?
We haven't bowled a ball.
Doesn't matter.
I know he's going to make the prediction already, though.
Campbelltown Camden 65, St. George-Sutherland 35. But as we know,
I've got 80-20.
Yeah.
I'm not going to guess yet because we haven't seen a ball.
Yeah, I know, but you've just got to throw it out there. You got to throw it out there.
Oh, we know you did.
So here goes Burrows. Right armour. Sliced away backward a point for no run. Just throwing it up on that length there was Abby Burrows. So intriguing day of cricket we have here. Great conditions. Nice and hot. Oh, swing and a miss outside the off stump. Claire Koski there was trying to put it into the light tower.
She was trying to turn the scoreboard off.
Yeah.
That ball was not meant to be hit there.
Nice drive there, but good fielding inside the circle. They know they need some early wickets here. Just remembering St. George-Sutherland actually won the toss and batted first, scoring 82, which is definitely below par. But you never know in finals cricket. Good delivery, blocked down the pitch for no run. Come on down to Drummoyne Oval today if you've got nothing to do. There'll be cricket till about 8 or 9 tonight. It's a all-day event. Plenty of shaded spots if you're worried about the heat and the sun. Nice shaded spots on the hill. There's a grandstand covered in shade as well. Plenty of nice vantage points, nice trees around. Very upper shot fielding here. And they'll pick up one. They're off the mark. Good fielding off that shot is Alexandra Mavros, another right-handed batter opening up here. Burrows with these sort of right arm medium paces. Throws this right up on the block hole for no run. One over gone, no wicket for one.
Very cautious first over, as we would say.
Yeah.
Just watching line and length. No extravagant shots needed. You know, I don't know why we need the Duckworth-Lewis-Cern. I know it's only 3. But
it's requirement as per Cricket New South Wales, as far as I'm aware. But
that's
I mean, it's still got to be in there. So every home team has to have a laptop
right.
that has the program in it. So then, before we go out for the second innings, it is all entered in, and the umpires know, and therefore both teams know as well.
So after every over, what you'd need to be on, that sort of thing, isn't it?
It's that ridiculous, box setting when you learn like times tables. You
Microsoft
go down,
Excel data sheets.
You go down, you go across, you go down. There's that box. It's crazy.
Well, that's taking me back to business studies.
Yeah.
So Lauren Cheadle.
It's a long year in year 12, that one.
Oh, yes.
I survived and I'm here today.
Okay.
27 years on.
Still waking up with nightmares?
Absolutely not. So
Lauren Cheadle has just gone into the box, so she doesn't look like she'll be taking any further part in this
Lucy
game.
Finn delivers a full toss. It's flicked beautifully off the pads, Mark War style. To the fielder out on the fence there at deep mid-wicket.
So, George, are they technically down to 9? No, sorry, 10 players now?
10, but they do so they would have had 12 listed on the sheet. And if you're the 12th player for the fielding, doesn't mean that it's the same player for the batting as well. So the person who was, subbing on and off for the fielding can be put into that batting lineup, and someone else can be taken out.
Oh, goes for the big shot outside the off stump. Lucy Finn batted quite nicely out there earlier on.
I was just thinking back to the last time that I saw Claire Koski bat as a player was probably down at Raby Oval. I was in 2nd grade, and I think Universities was playing afterwards. Claire Koski came off from fielding with a broken finger so badly she needed emergency surgery. Wow.
That's a wide down the leg side. It must have been a bad break.
Oh, it was horrible. I remember seeing it going, that's not meant to look like that.
Yeah, ouch. Sometimes when the fingers are around the wrong way. Yeah.
Oh, no, I think it was like broken skin, actually.
Yeah.
Completely compound, but
So it is,
she was so easy breezy about it, too. She's like, oh, yeah, I should probably go get that fixed. I was like, oh, cool.
Mavros on strike, up on the block hole. Beautiful delivery, dropping late on the batter. Couldn't do anything with that one. Finn and Burrows bowling nice and tidy early on. No wicket for 3 here in the second over, the target 83. Sun beating down here at Drummoyne Oval as the Qantas plane flies over just to the side of the ground.
How
Here goes
descriptive.
Finn again. Again in that block hole. Great bowling. Perfect length. Can't do much with that. and just enough pace there to make it difficult to get away.
Yep, there's the plane.
There's the plane. You can probably hear it coming through the effects mic. Wherever you are listening in today or watching us on YouTube on the Frogbox channel. Here goes Finn again. This one not quite in the block hole, and it's carved away backward a point for a single. Very watchful batting here early on. They know they don't have to be in a mad rush with the run rate. As Koski on strike now. She's 2 off 6. Mavros 1 off 5. There's no wicket for 4 here in the second over. Driven straight to the fielder and the offside. 2 overs gone, no wicket for 4.
Just watching the current watching numbers tick, and as you said that, the numbers went from 38 to 42, so somebody switched on the link as you said that, which is incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
So let's get those numbers going. Let's get them ticky over. The highest I think we've had is 45 watching.
43.
No, before it was, earlier on it was at 45, so I think we can crack the half century here before Campbelltown Camden
Maybe
can.
even trying to get to 100, so if you are on Triple H, you can watch on Frogbox as well.
We need to have those small little goals, so let's go for 50 first. We get there, then let's go for the 100. Hey, we might even get 150. Just saying.
Yep.
Small increments.
Yeah.
Burrows to bowl again. Mavros on strike. Hit into that cover area. Sharp fielding inside the circle. They've got that offside stacked with 5 fielders covering that circle area, bowling outside the off stump line. Oh, great shot here over cow corner. There is a fielder on the fence, but no chances. It smashes into the picket fence. Beautiful shot there, aiming towards that scoreboard. Just breaking the shackles here. And that was Mavros.
Just dispatched there, Kiwi.
Yeah.
Pitched in a bad spot because I'll have a hoik over the cow corner.
Nicely tucked away off the pads, and they'll pick up 1.
Sensible batting just after getting that boundary, just looking for the single just to rotate the stride.
Yep.
Just, again, Campbelltown, Camden don't need to do anything extravagant. Just keep batting simple.
Got to remember St. George-Sutherland consistently lost wickets through their innings as well. Sort of all the way through. This one just squared up the batter a bit. No run into the offside. Koski 2 off 8, Mavros 6 off 8. Burrows 1.4 overs, no wicket for 6. There's the right armour, comes in again. Again, just nicely tucked into that little gap. Into the leg side for a single. Hot conditions, possibly getting to 31 degrees today. Beautiful shot. Gorgeous. Oh, what a shot through the covers that is. All the way for 4. As it hits that picket fence right next to the canteen and the little grandstand there under the tree. And no wicket for 14 after 3 overs. Campbelltown Camden chasing that 83 target.
Well, I can tell you the temperature is currently sitting at 29 degrees.
Yeah.
But it's saying that it actually feels like it's warmer, that it's 30 degrees out on the field, and humidity is sitting at 63%. Oy. Well, I tell you what, tomorrow's going to be a stinker as well. It's going to be 40 degrees tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's an air-conditioned day.
Or stay-at-home day for work.
In the aircon.
Yes.
So again, it's going to be Finn. Oh, what a blazing shot through the covers that is. Glorious batting. These two are looking very good, and they'll pick up a couple. The first 2 overs they were watchful. Now they're right. Let's go. Let's try and head off to this final later on at 5:30.
Let's have as much of a rest as we can. Let's get this done.
Yeah.
Just a sweet shot, right? I was about to say the right of the meat of the bad, but no, look at the ibis.
We have a streaker in the bin chicken.
The 12 or 15 bean chickens, unbelievable. Interfering in the game of cricket.
We're lucky they're not plovers. That could be dangerous.
Quarter point. So this time doesn't get away with that shot, and Koski's gone for 3. It was there to hit, but straight to the fielder, and a pretty sharp catch in the end inside that circle. Good fielding, and it's 1 for 14.
I think it had a lot of pace on it, to be honest.
It had a lot of pace on it, but
It just lollipopped.
it just went straight to the fielder. I mean, you pick him out. Oh, there it is. But I must admit, being, having played cricket for so long, it only hurts if you drop the ball.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt if you catch it. Well, it does, but I mean, the adrenaline kind of counteracts that. But it hurts when you drop the ball, but when you take it, it feels good with that little buzz in your fingers.
So Kelly Rawlings comes to the wicket now, and she is the captain of this Campbelltown Camden side. They needed that wicket, did St. George-Sutherland.
But can they build up the wickets in momentum, like in blocks of 2 or 3, just to give themselves a fighting chance to play in the Twilight final? Because we saw that in that first innings for St. George-Sutherland when they lost those clunkers of wickets in a block. So there's one. Can they make it 2 and 3? That will be the key.
Yep. So Rawlings just has a little bit of a look round at the field placings. Right-handed batter, the skipper. Finn, 1.1 overs, 1 for 3. Quite a tall bowler, right armour. Driven. No run. There's a bit of a shy at the stumps there. Does Kaylin Mola, who is the captain of the St. George-Sutherland side.
Moser, is that right?
Or Moser, sorry.
Moser?
Yep, apologies.
So people will remember her from previous seasons. I believe it was Caitlin Fountain. I might be wrong, and my sincere apologies, but she did get married a few years ago, hence the name change.
Right. Yep. Chance of an LBW! Not out. As I cough out half a lung.
That was just pitching.
Okay.
Raising the decibels a bit. It's affecting the voice box quite early in proceedings here on the grand final day.
Ribbit.
Sound a bit hoarse there, mate.
As she Rawlings on strike. Oh, nice shot. Straight to the fielder though. Just leant into that. Playing off the back foot.
They've done very well here. St. George in this first 4 overs.
Good over this one. She's only conceded 3 runs off 1.5 overs. Full toss, given what it deserves.
Ooh, that was close.
And it rolls away for 4 as it comes straight towards our commentary position up here in the grandstand at Drummoyne Oval in the pavilion. And 4 overs gone. Campbelltown Camden 1 for 18.
Just a question for both of you. Was that almost waist high?
Oh, I think it was a bit lower.
Nah, it dropped just enough.
Just dropped. Okay.
That was all good.
Where's Shane when you need him? Oh, speak of the devil.
I thought just maybe a tad, but the way that it was just tonked over the field, absolutely dispatched it with authority. 4 runs onto the board, 18 for 1.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're not going to have a Steve Smith out there telling Ben Dorcius to stay while he fights it if it gets out.
I think probably the exciting thing is we saw a bin chicken interfering in the first few overs, but the way that Campbelltown Camden are going at the moment, they are willing to mow this down.
And they almost took out bin chicken there for that 4. Nothing is going to get in their way at this point.
Yep.
And just to confirm, Kiwi Mick, I'm counting at least 7 to 10 bin chickens onto the field.
Yeah.
2 are outside of the ropes.
So
Not relevant.
Mavros 10 off 9 on strike. Bit of leg spin now, and that'll be no run. It is Caitlin Schofield, right arm leg spin, bowling to Mavros. Dances down the wicket, just short of the fielder down at deep long on. They'll pick up 1.
Gotta respect the bounce. Gotta respect the bounce.
And the captain Rolling's back on strike. She's 4. She's on 4. Yeah,
Just marking the crease.
marking the
Bit of
crease.
gardening. Therapeutic.
Good fielding inside the circle. Just on a little bit full, but sort of dropped on the batter again. Rolling's here. Beautiful shot here over the fielder at mid-off, and that rolls away to the picket fence here at Drummoyne Oval. Superb batting by the captain.
We've only just got Claire Koski's wicket on the board
that
now.
scoreboard's all over the place, so it's 1 for 22.
25, 1 for 25 now.
1 for 25, in fact.
Maybe the scoreboard's overheating.
And this one, driven, beats the field. A chance for a runner, perhaps. Direct hit would have been gone at the non-strikers.
That was a great throw.
Yeah, just missed the stumps.
Oh, so much power to it.
1 for 26. Don't know where Matt Mears has gone for the next section of calling. He's on his way. He's hiding from me as it's driven into the offside for no run.
He's getting
So
into the zone.
after 5 overs here, Campbelltown, Camden, 1 for 26 with a target of 83. Over to you, Matt Mears. I'm ready for a packet of those salt and vinegar chippies.
Oh, mate, well, you're welcome. Thank you to the food and beverage coordinator today of myself.
Oh, you're so proud of yourself for that one.
I'm doing something for the team. As,
Well, Kiwi can go and ghost himself and disappear.
well, he comes back smelling of salt and vinegar chips. He can
Thank you.
sit on the other side of the commentary area.
Oh.
As five overs gone here, 1 for 26. 83 is the target here for Campbelltown Camden to make their way into that final at 5:30. As it looks like we are getting a change of bowler here from the northern end, and we hear the first of the
players rolling up for the next game.
yeah, a few of the players rolling in with the literally rolling in their kit bags. As first delivery comes in right arm over, well and truly off the middle of the bat.
That's not a bad effort because we can still hear Lauren Kerr's roller kit, and she's now a good 35, 40 metres away from
Mate,
us.
we're leveling up
effects
our
mic's
effects
good.
mic. Yeah, we'll keep leveling up the effects mic. As next delivery is on the leg. Just put down. It was a difficult chance, low and to her left.
That would have been a stunner.
Absolute screamer, but it just goes to the now. Well, unfortunately, of the new effects mic, it also picks up the planes that come quite regularly over Drummoyne. But as I said, just out of the reach of the fielder there at fine leg, inside the circle. But they'll pick up 2 there. As Mozart continues here from the northern or the bay end here of Drummoyne Oval. Next delivery's on point, and it just gets pushed to point, no run.
On point to point.
One of the problems.
Well, it's nicely done. You can see it all the action picked up on Frogbox. It's great.
One of the problems of being on the north-south runway flight path here at Drummoyne Oval.
Next delivery, and it's played away again.
Save
Great
it.
shot.
Oh, chicken.
Bin Chicken's got to get out of the way, but there's only one fielder and she's down at mid-wicket. That one goes over backward square. Rockets along to the boundary for 4. But yeah, so we're lucky enough to, some other places, Leichhardt Oval, Henson Park. Just makes it more fun for the coverage. It just makes everybody at home feel like, or driving around in your car if you're listening on 100.1, just makes it feel like you're right here with us. As the big expansive drive, but this time just goes through the keeper, no run. I've got my freezer bag.
I'm sure a lot of people have that freezer bag.
Well, I have it too.
The big waffle.
Gee, I wonder why.
The Manly Sea Eagles one.
Oh,
Next delivery up in the block hole, but brilliantly cover driven.
Watch out, Vinny.
There's two fielders converge on it right down in front of the rope. They'll look for 3, but great effort there. Big arm, and it's only 2 to the total.
Oh no, but the question I'd be asking is, at what point did Bin Chicken's attack?
Well,
I think we're going to find out today.
Well, we hope St George-Sutherland don't find out. But 6 overs gone here now at Drummoyne, the first of the semi-finals here on T20 Finals Day. Campbelltown Camden 1 for 34 off 6. 83 is the target for them to move through to the grand final at 5:30.
the question is, if the Bin Chicken actually stops a boundary, what happens?
You're the umpire, you tell
You
us.
should be telling us exactly.
Penalty runs? Obstructing the field.
You got to go bury the Bin Chicken out the back.
Firstly,
Well-
you hit it, you bury it.
Well, obviously everyone knows about the seagull that got absolutely destroyed a couple of weeks ago.
Schofield continuing full toss, smash down the ground.
All the way.
All the way, first 6 of the day.
Shot.
It was a full toss from the leg spinner, but Mavros had to get in the right position, and she did. And it went flying down the ground. You heard there was some appreciation for that one. But they're not going to die wondering here now. Campbelltown Camden, almost halfway to that total here in the 7th over. As next delivery comes in, down the leg side, trying to adjust, but does beat the keeper. But Schofield, yeah, can't err on that fuller side because we've seen what Mavros has done. Rawlings is the one on strike now, though. But again, it's full. Tries to sweep. Is called wide. They won't take the single as Rawlings was still down. She put everything into that one, George, didn't she, to try and dispatch that full
She
toss?
even threw the kitchen sink, she threw the fridge, she threw the countertop. she tried everything to
The
get
ice maker, every
the cutlery.
every wedding present that people probably have under the sink. Next delivery is short, and it's played off the back.
Oh!
Brilliant fielding
Righto.
there.
And almost
John T.
run away.
Rhodes of St George-Sutherland. We'll wait here.
Yeah, brilliant fielding there. In at short cover. Looks like it's Joe Kelly in the number 5.
Yeah.
Absolute screamer there of some fielding. Again, it's looped up, but it will drop in front of Mavros. She pushes it down to long on for another single.
Well, Alex Mavros was the reason that New South Wales won the under-19s women's national title, chasing 196. She ended up scoring, I think it was 72 or 73 not out when they got it with only 2 wickets and 3 balls to spare.
Still got the job done.
Rawlings now on strike. Oh, uppishly back to the bowler in a follow-through. Maybe we'll say that it bounced before it went up to the bowler.
I think came off the finger and just missed the stumps as well. It could have been a run out.
Almost a Josh Philippi.
Oh, poor Josh. That's when you know your season's bad. Is full toss and one
Well
bounce
done.
in front of the short leg. Short mid-wicket inside the circle there. It was nicely played off the pads, but there's been some good field setting here from Campbelltown Camden, and it's 7 overs gone now. And 1 for 45, 83 is the target. I think the DLS, as we hopefully won't need it today, all the cloud we saw this morning burn out, but usually it's a good guide of where you should be in a run chase. DLS is currently 25. They're on
I think they're
45.
good.
I think they're in a good position, Campbelltown Camp.
we're good.
That's the point I was trying to get across. Is that as I said, the great scoreboard that they do have here, thanks to the City of Canada Bay, who nicely proudly display their logo on the scoreboard.
I still have memories of, I think it went through an update or something, because my full surname could not fit on the scoreboard, so it was Lomas FU. I was like, well,
I'm sure
okay.
you've heard that a couple of times in your career.
I do it when I spell it.
New over begins here from the northern end. It looks to be
Number 3.
Burrows, Abby Burrows, to continue for her third over. None for 11 off her first 2, and it's down the ground. Just Moser, the skipper, couldn't get in there quick enough, but it was uppishly played. They get through for the single.
I think there was enough time to it. It's more whether she was worried that if she was to drop it, that the ball was to go past her.
Yeah,
Considering, like we can see here, she's starting right on that rope, come in an extra 3 or 4 metres.
Don't know what was going on there. Just again, maybe wanting to play that expansive drive, but just then keeps it away from the stumps. It's been a good spell so far by Burrows. Halfway through a second over, only going for 12. Halfway through a third over, my apologies. As again goes over the top, does Mavros. No one's back at long off. Another 4 runs to the total. Just more probably in that step hit area, Shane. And as I said, last time played through long on, there is the fielder back. They will keep the mid-off now back at long off in Martin. They'll keep her back there as well. But it was a nice shot over the top of that mid-off fielder.
Yeah, it definitely was. Instead of going down the leg, went through the offside and...
Again, it's not going to let the fielders back keep her from scoring runs. Just teased that fielder there in Rhiannon-Dickett, short mid-wicket. Just bounces in front of her.
What are your thoughts on the captain fielding on the boundary?
I think you got to field your best fielders out there.
But when you want them in slightly closer, at least to give direction and maybe some reassurance to the bowler as well.
Well, I don't think it's like she's at fine leg. Like, you still, from long on to the bowler, you can still sort of communicate as the next ball's up in the block hole. Defended out to short cover, no run.
If anything, I can understand where George is coming from. Okay, fair enough. If you're going to play outside the circle, and you're knowing that unless you are hitting with the wind, unless you really lay into one, the ball's only travelling maybe 2/3 the way to the boundary.
No, I think
on the full, I would be coming in probably say 10 steps off the boundary.
I don't think that was George's point. Sorry, Shane. I think it's more that should the captain be fielding the captain specifically?
Look, either or. It honestly could have been a little bit further in as well. But then you don't want to be trying to run backwards to get the catch. You want to be running forwards to take it. But look, we've got her running from one side of the boundary out to another side of the boundary.
Yeah, I don't think it should be at cover. Well, you can see Talia Wilson, though, as well, doing a lot of the work behind the stumps. So.
But when your name has that C behind it, which it does for Caitlin, she should be in being able to, make those adjustments where possible.
As we do have a change from the southern end, it will be Rhiannon-Dickett to bowl her left arm orthodox. First ball is clubbed through the leg side for a single. But yeah, I think maybe it's just the luxury that they have. You can see Wilson out there behind the stumps doing a lot of that field.
Multiple people with knowledge, possibly.
Yeah. Or Talia does the
infield and
Caitlin takes care of
the rest.
Everyone outside the ring, So
left arm round the wicket. It is floated up, pushed into the offside. Fielded by that Catherine Wilson at point, no run.
But where you look at the moment, Caitlin has a full field view as well.
True.
Well, comes down the wicket upish, but both long on and long off are back on the rope, so they're able to pick up another single. Well, they don't have the luxury like Campbelltown Camden did. They've got 4 back. They've got mid-wicket, long on, long off, and cover all back on the boundary. As next delivery just pushed onto the leg side, no run. And they've just got the 5. They've got square leg, mid-wicket. cover point and backward point inside the circle. Whereas we saw with Campbelltown Camden, when they were bowling, the position that they had St George-Sutherland in, they could afford to have an extra fielder or two up to put that extra pressure on. As again, it's just bunted down the ground, but a couple of bounces to that fielder at long off for another single. I'm sure they're happy to do that. They'll wait for the right ball here. So only 29 runs for victory now. Campbelltown Camden is swept away. It's up in the air, but no one's at fine leg. The fielder is next to the umpire there, closest one. She will get around to do the fielding, but it's only a single. But that's another thing with their field placing. Everybody's sort of forward of the umpires. When there is that top edge, there was no one inside the circle.
They're too far forward or they're too far back. There isn't that.
Or no one there for the top edge.
Or just, no one there.
No short
they're
45.
they're trying to mainly protect the boundaries rather than have the catches in, which is probably what Campbelltown Camden can do now that they're in this position. So 9 overs gone, 1 for 55. The target is 83.
Now the question is, we know that Lauren Cheadle went off injured in the first innings. Do you make the call now and go and get her looked at properly, get proper medical treatment for her?
Depends on the hospital wait times too.
Or do you wait?
Well,
I think wait till the game's
take
finished.
you take her word for it of how she feels.
Again,
as well.
professional cricketer knows her body, knows if she is likely to do further damage or not, especially having all those shoulder issues, back issues. So, I mean, she's probably in the best seat in the house to tell us if she's capable or not.
Yeah, Vickery now to take up the attack for over number 10.
I was just thinking more because if the result goes the way it is, it's going to be finished by, say, 12:15. They're going to have 5 hours to kill.
Oh, uppishly played. Oh, just not able to get there. Takes the spin as well off the first bounce. But 2 singles to start the new over here. Vickery right on leg spin here from the northern end. So Rowling's down the wicket, sweeps. There is a fielder out here though, sweeping at mid-wicket. So good fielding there. Streets is the fielder that's out here.
But where I was going to is like, okay, fair enough. Yes, she's a professional player, but do you not just make an absolute meal of it and just make sure that it's right? If you've got 5 hours, go and get her looked at. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? It comes back and they give it the all clear.
She's still there by the time it comes to the grand final with some of the wait times.
Next delivery just flicked into the onside for another single. Just dealing in one so far here, Campbelltown Camden. Well, that's the thing, and I'm sure they've got medical professionals on hand as well. Like there'll be a team physio or someone of that.
She'd have contact with Cricket New South Wales physios as well. So someone will be around Cricket Australia that have all the numbers to be able to make those decisions.
Yeah, sweeps again. Does Rollings, but this time Streets can't get there. 4 runs to the total. Finishes off Vickery's over here. No wicket for 8. 10 overs gone here at Drummoyne. Campbelltown Camden 1 for 63. 83 is the target. 20 to win, and Kiwi Mick will able to go down there. Royal North Shore there, Giorgio, as we pass over to Kiwi Mick, you can tell us the details from there.
All right, so look, I found this awesome website that gives you
approximate wait times.
Well, not wait times, but how many people are roughly like waiting, been triaged. I can tell you the closest possible hospital here is Royal North Shore. The number of patients assessed by a triage nurse and waiting for treatment is 12. I don't think she's getting back in time for the grand final.
All right, so back into the action now as they throw it outside the off stump there. So Rhiannon Dick doing the bowling to Mavros, who's on 28 of 26. Rollings 28 of 24. They're 1 for 63. Beautiful shot over the offside, just short of the fielder on the fence there at deep cover near the canteen, as they'll pick up a single.
We can also tell you Alex Mavros is a very good golfer playing off single digits.
How do you know that?
This one a little bit flatter through to the keeper. In fact, it's no run. So Rawlings, the captain, has come out straight away. Has been in control with the batting. It's a big contrast to the innings of St. George-Sutherland. This one as she tucks it again off the hip into that little hole on the onside for a single. Kiwi McRainish with you here alongside George Lomas-Fatarian and Shane Evans. A triple header on Triple H. The first of 3 finals matches that we have today. As Rhiannon Dick puts this one on a length and it's pulled over that fielder at square leg. They're going to come back for a second. Not the greatest of fielding there as well. Pretty average throw in.
To answer that question, having umpired the 3 Mavros sisters probably about 8 or 9 times last year when they were playing second grade at UTS, North Sydney, kind of got to know Mum and Dad quite well.
Oh, okay.
Driven beautifully along the carpet, and they'll pick up a single to the fielder. Out on the fence at long off. These two are cruising it.
I only just realised which question we were answering. I was like, what? Oh, okay.
In regards to the
Gotcha.
Now, obviously, Harry Mavros, their dad, being the former coach at UTS North Sydney when they won the premiership in second grade last year, and Amanda as well, Mum being able to having the opportunity just to be able to touch base with her over the last few weeks where I haven't been umpiring and all of that. So, but no, apparently all 3 Mavros daughters are very good at golf, but
yeah,
apparently Aurora is officially Rory, who's only just about to turn 15. She is the gun player. Apparently off 6.
Yeah,
that's not too bad, and she's also in all the New South Wales pathway setups as well. So
for cricket or golf?
For golf.
Yeah,
no, both. No, she is in the.
Well, she's on par then.
She's in the Jack Newton.
Wax on, wax off.
She is one of the Jack Newton.
So I tell you what, guys, Campbelltown Camden 1 for 68. All of a sudden, they only need 15 runs,
and they've just taken the 2-over power play. So the 2 power surge.
15 more runs to win. They are doing this in a breezy old Monday morning, light and easy breezy it goes as Abby Burrows switches ends, and Mavros 32 off 29. And this is a big inside edge, the old French cut. They're going to pick up a couple as it trickles down to that fine leg boundary, pulled in just inside the rope. But they have just done this with ease, showing why they were first on the ladder after the regular rounds of play. Burrows 3.1 overs, no wicket for 19. Mavros 34 off 30. Full toss, clipped off the pad straight to the fielder at square leg.
Well fielded.
For no run.
But the funny thing is, you look at the competition for this, and then you look at the overall competition. Campbelltown are sitting in that 3rd, 4th spot at the moment, where St. George-Sutherland are sitting 2nd behind Sydney Cricket Club.
This one just over the fielder. They're rotating the strike beautifully here, and they've hit some blazing boundaries as well.
And also all 4 sides that are playing today, that is currently your top 4.
So it's literally the best 4 teams then.
The best 4 sides in the overall competition.
What a great drive this is, and that's going to be 4.
Oh, one of those has to stick eventually.
Just over the fielders who dived. It was Caitlin Mozar. Just over her right hand. It was outstretched. Diving to her right.
If she nails that, that's better than Jack Edwards.
Oh, what a catch that was.
Oh,
that was good. That would have been better.
1 for 75. They only need 8 more. Full toss. Straight to square leg, no run. What a day here at Tremoyne Oval as we reach the midday period of this holiday Monday. 3 games here on Triple H, a triple header.
It's going to be a long break in between this game and the next one, because the next one's not scheduled till 1:30.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge break.
I'm not complaining.
Ooh, struck on the pad, but they don't even appeal.
Too high.
12 overs gone. Campbelltown Camden 1 for 75 with this target of 83. Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're listening to Triple H or watching on Frogbox. In Sydney Town, Australia, anywhere around the world that you are tuning in today.
Wendy's turned up.
Is it?
Oh boy.
Wendy the pigeon.
Wendy the pigeon right near the Frogbox camera. Probably wants to get on TV. A pretty big pigeon, that one.
Sorry, Wendy, no Bill here today.
But they doing this in a canter, only losing 1 wicket. And all of a sudden they need 8 runs off 8 overs. So really putting in a strong claim to even be the favourites for the final later on at 5:30 local time.
Yeah, as I said, going back to looking at the overall competition at the moment, you've got Sydney leading on 52, Manly is second on 41, St George-Sutherland 38, and Campbelltown's only just out of it by 0.1 of a point.
Point
on that top
differential,
four.
yeah, so they're pretty much fourth equal.
And then Parramatta's got that 4th spot at the moment.
Here goes Mozart, right armour. Full toss, driven, straight to cover, no run, right, the bowler's then misses. As a plane flies overhead. You can probably hear it clearly coming through the effects mic. And it's a dead ball, so they couldn't go for the overthrow.
Yeah, no, I saw watching
There was a bit of untidy fielding out there.
Tell you what, those planes are deafening after a while.
I know, it's going to be...
Go stand in the Keith Topolsky box at Leichhardt, and then you know how deafening it is.
No, I'd rather sit outside.
Keith Topolsky, all the way from South Australia. Driven over the covers. Beautiful shot, and that's 4 under the picket fence. Glorious batting by Mavros and Rawlings, the captain, of course. Mavros now 39 off 34. Rawlings 33 off 29. 1 for 79. They need 4 more runs to win, with a lot of balls left. Kiwi Viz is not even on the chart anymore. It's been abandoned.
Do you want to know the ironic thing about next weekend for women's cricket? These two sides play each other at Raby
Oh, that's going
in a one-day game.
That's always fun.
That'll be a good one. And again, a beautiful shot here. There is a fielder on the fence. 1 run.
So I'm just trying to do some little club things.
Matt Mears will be
process.
back on air shortly to go through the scorecard of this one, and then at 1:30 we'll have the second match between Manly and the Sydney Tigers. Up on the block hole, no run, good delivery there. Rawlings 33 off 30, Mavros 40 off 35. First 2 overs they were watchful, but ever since then Campbelltown Camden have scored very freely. Handsome drive into the offside. Very compact batter, Rawlings. And it looks like Campbelltown Camden are going to have about literally 5.5 hours before their next match.
Love a rest.
So what would you do there?
Nap.
Long break. Remembering in the men's comp though, St George won the first game early in the morning and they won the comp later on, so it shows that it can be done. Sort of be mixed opinions on whether it's better to play in the first or second match.
Well, personally, I would prefer the first match because then you have 5 hours to foam roll, use the massage gun, cool down a little bit, and then warm up again.
Yeah, start
Get rid
again.
of the fatigue, eat something, process, analyze.
Water and the heat.
Hydration is key, as we know. It always has and always will be. And then also get to look at the other team that's playing and what their idea is and how they go about their game, but then also hopping in the shower. Although there aren't that many showers around in the change rooms nowadays.
All you do here, literally, walk out the back.
Just walk into the water out there.
Because there are a couple of places where you can, like, at worst, even just dip your feet into, just to drop your core body temperature slightly, then go out and...
I've done that at a 3rd grade. It was great.
Vickery again. Good length delivery, pushed into the offside for no run.
Because you also have to remember, back when West Harbour Pirates were playing their Shoot Shield games here, if you weren't playing on here, you're playing on Taplin Oval, which is directly behind us as well.
Oh, this is a
righto.
big shot again. And that will be game, set, match. It's 4 runs, 1 bounce into the picket fence over the cow corner area, and eventually Campbelltown Camden finish at 1 for 85. They've won this match by 9 wickets with 6.4 overs remaining. They are through to the final at 5:30 later on. It was a short and sharp one, this one. And we'll hand it over to Matt Mears to a bit of a summary and recap of this match. But congrats to Campbelltown Camden. First team through to the final later on.
Yes, thank you, Kiwi Mick, expertly called as usual. Probably a little bit earlier than we were expecting to get that one finished off, but as I said, it has been a well and truly deserved victory for Campbelltown Camden here. We're still technically this morning, 3 minutes to midday. Great win for the Campbelltown Camden Goats this morning. We'll go through the Campbelltown Camden batting card. Claire Koski was the only wicket to fall, caught by Wilson on the bowling of Lucy Finn, 5 off 11 deliveries. Then it was the Mavros and Rolling show. Alex Mavros finished 40 not out off 36 deliveries with 4 fours and a 6. Kelly Rollings 38 not out off 33, 6 fours in that score for her. There was 2 wides, so 1 for 85. 13.2 overs was all it was needed for Campbelltown Camden. The bowling for St George-Sutherland, Abby Burrows, she bowled her 4 overs, none for 24. Lucy Finn, 2 overs, 1 for 9. Schofield, 2 overs, none for 17. Mozart, the skipper, 2 overs, none for 14. Rhiannon Dick, 2 overs, none for 9. And Vickery finishes 1.2 overs, none for 12. Kiwi Mick and Shane Evans are still here with me as we wrap this one up. Kiwi, it was a dominant performance by Campbelltown Camden, but as you said, it's going to be an interesting 5 hours for them. We've still got this game between Sydney and Manly to come. They know they're going to have to play one of those 2 teams, which is going to be another cracker. It's a replay from last week. They took on each other here, but I think you've got to take a lot of confidence coming out of that effort. 9-wicket victory, 6.5 overs still left to come. And take that momentum forward into that 5:30 game. Yeah,
and just they look so comfortable with the ball. They always looked in control with the bat. They always looked in control, very dominant. Especially their captain there, Rolling. She looked right in control once she got out there batting at 3, and obviously Mavros. Interesting with Lauren Cheadle. Will she be ready for the final later on? Obviously she went off. But obviously, as you said, Manly's got a lot of star-studded players in their lineup to come, and Sydney Tigers have been here before and won it. So,
well, they're home conditions as well.
Home conditions. So they'll have a good crowd at 1:30 here as well. But yeah, Campbelltown Camden outstanding.
Yeah, well, Shane, that is what's going to be interesting. As I said, a lot of good players in that Sydney Tigers lineup. They've got their one breakers players, Sammy Jo Johnson, Maitland Brown, my apologies, in New Zealand for the Wellington side. Playing in the Super Smash. But Manly has had a lot of experience, a lot of players that have played in WBBL and for the Breakers. That's going to be an interesting one come 1:30 to see who's going to play Campbelltown in the final.
Yes, and especially yesterday being out at Manly Oval against Sydney Uni, posted a fairly respectable 198, and Sydney Uni were going kind of okay, and they were 2 for 70 odd. And then the unexplainable happens. They just fell into a hole, but it was the bowling of the Manly side that really stood up and was able to restrict them to 134 for Sydney Uni. So looking forward to it. But I think it's like 6 or 7 New South Wales players in that side. Georgia Adams, Darlington, Leroy, obviously Ebony Hoskin, who played with the Perth Scorchers for the women's Big Bash, and then some of the other younger ladies coming through. Lauren Kua, who was also
she was part of the New South Wales squad in Perth. Yeah.
So yeah, but
Sam Bates, the left arm spinner as well. So yeah, a lot of New South Wales experience there, and Big Bash experience there for Manly. So that is going to be an absolute cracker. We will be back here live with that game. We'll be here about 20 past 1 for the full wrap up. We'll get Shane Evans back on the mic. He can tell us how conditions have changed out in the middle. that will be certainly looking forward to taking you through that one. So Campbelltown Camden, they end up with that 9-wicket victory with about 6.5 overs left, only needing 83 for the victory. I said, if you enjoy what we do we'll be back with the 2 one-day finals as well, plus our New South Wales Cup coverage throughout the winter. So if you want to hear more about our coverage, make sure you follow us, Triple H Sport on Facebook and on X. We'll let you know where we'll be in the next few days, weeks and months, as we like to bring you the best of community sport here around Sydney town. So yeah, we'll be back in about an hour and 20 minutes time for that Sydney Tigers versus Manly second semi-final here from Drummoyne. It's going to be a cracker, and we'll also be back here at 5:30 for the grand final. Twilight grand final under lights here at Drummoyne. So make sure you stay tuned here for Sydney Sports Radio, Triple H 100.1 FM, and on Frogvox via the Cricket New South Wales YouTube channel. We'll take a break here from Drummoyne. We'll be back here at 1:20 for that Sydney Tigers Manly match coming up. We'll see you then.